Rock Library hosting 2 back-to-school brunches next month. The first one is focused on younger kids and will be August 5th at 10 a.m. at the Argenta Library. I'm Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Juliana Cullen.
Sunny, hot, and humid weather continues this afternoon as temperatures warm up the upper 90s. Cullen with the Arkansas Storm Team for the Buzz Radio Network.
Benihana Happy Hour Specials, $3, $6, $9. Sushi, food, and cocktails. Available 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at Benihana Bar.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and Light Maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Paid depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
We got the big deals at the Big Rock. Got the big deals at the Big Rock.
Hey Arkansas, it's Terry Harrison at the Big Lot, where you'll find the biggest selection, the biggest savings, and now you'll find Big Steve Landers.
That's right, Arkansas. I'm back in the car business at the Big Lot. Don't be confused. The real Steve Landers deals are at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram.
Come see me and Big Steve at the Big Lot, Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alco Road in Benton.
The Big Lot Benton.
You've waited long enough, y'all. Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union Summer Auto Loan Special is rolling full speed ahead, but I'm telling you, it ain't going to last much longer. Ultra low rates starting at 1.99%, no payments for 90 days, and up to 84 months to finance. New, used, or refinance 2023, 24, and 25 models all qualify. But the clock's ticking. This thing shuts down August 30th, so don't let it pass you by. Head to alcoacommunityfcu.org and step into the future with Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union, serving 15 counties in Central Arkansas.
The games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites. Walk On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer, and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages, from melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online in the app. Walk On Sports Bistro. Game on.
It's Gwatney Chevrolet's biggest sale of the year, and it's hotter than July. Save up to $14,000 on new Silverados. The 2025 Trax is in stock and starting at $19,997. Used vehicles from just $69.95 or $255 a month. No payments till November and 0% interest available. Plus free burgers and hot dogs all weekend long. Visit us in Jacksonville or at GwatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over 10 years ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison. Arkansas Municipal Equipment specializes in refuse and recycle equipment. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, and roll-off dumpsters. But they don't just sell it to you. You can get parts and service for all makes and models for refuse equipment. Their technicians travel the state to take care of you.
AME, it's the service after the sale.
Whether it's day or night, hot flashes due to menopause can be unpredictable. That's why there's Veoza, a prescription treatment proven to reduce the number and severity of hot flashes day and night that can start working in as early as 1 week. Based on clinical studies measuring efficacy at 4 and 12 weeks, individual results may vary. Talk to your healthcare provider about what this may mean for you. For moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms or hot flashes and night sweats due to menopause, Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com.
Proudly serving Little Rock and the surrounding areas, All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros is your trusted one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. We know that tire needs and auto repair services can be stressful and unplanned, but at All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, we offer fast and simple financing for everyone. Whether you're looking for new tires or any kind of auto repair, we have your financing needs covered. Visit us in Mapleville or Little Rock today or online at allabouttireandbrake.com. Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaefer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports. Here on the Buzz Radio Network, Rick Schaefer standing by in Northwest Arkansas. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city. Good afternoon, Mr. Rick Schaefer.
Well, good afternoon, Randy Rainwater. Day closer to the first game, day closer to practice, and tomorrow they're going to send us all to the hall.
Well, it's better than the principal's office.
I guess so, yeah, maybe.
Sometimes when you get sent to the principal's office, at least it used to be with me, then the hand of justice sometimes would come into play.
Yeah, but if you're just out in the hall, eventually they're going to ask you to come back in, and the principal doesn't know you were out there. I'd rather just be out in the hall.
Yeah. Well, again, okay. Either way. Yeah, now here, yeah. I've got to ask you this question.
Okay.
Got to ask you this question.
Okay.
Well, we were talking about Michael Parsons yesterday.
Yeah.
And his, quote, ongoing contract negotiations with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I heard some of his comments today that it's like, I don't know. When this thing, I don't know. My question to you is, why in the world is it taking this long?
I don't know.
Because is the number pretty much set?
The point is, if he's going to sign, he's going to sign. For Jerry Jones to come out and say, well, hey, he was hurt 6 games last year. Okay, well, then don't sign him. And just say, this is the last year of his contract. We're going to play him. We're not going to sign him. If you're going to sign him, don't come out and say stuff like that. Say, okay, we're working on it and we'll get this finalized, but supposedly they haven't even made an offer to him.
I thought part of the hang-up was guaranteed money. I don't know if it's just guaranteed money for 1 year. That's the holdup on Hendrickson. I think that's his name.
Yeah, with Cincinnati.
With Cincinnati, it's the guaranteed money after the first year. I can understand why. The other young man, the defensive back, who was drafted in the first round by the Bengals, he's holding out because basically same thing. They won't guarantee anything past the first year. And in past rookie contracts, they have given guarantees beyond that. He didn't want to be, as he called it, the guinea pig. But back to Parsons. You know the amount. What set kind of the standard, if you will, for defensive linemen at, 41 or 42 million a year? So you know you're going to have to go above that. And this guy's not
what it is? It's $41 million a year for a defensive lineman?
Yeah, defensive end, yeah.
Your quarterback's 60 and although that's the high.
Yep.
Gosh, 41 is the going rate?
Oh, Rick, wide receivers now are demanding in the mid to upper 30s.
Good grief.
Left tackles, they command big bucks. So I mean, it's all because the cap keeps increasing each year.
Yeah, get ready for more streaming of NFL games.
Yeah. as more money comes into the pot, the greater that the amount for these players keeps going up. But I guess I don't understand negotiations at that particular level.
I don't either.
Well, I guess I don't understand negotiations at my level.
No, I don't get it either. And why is everybody so unhappy with that kind of money?
That's the other thing. I
is everybody,
I like freak out when you're talking that kind of money.
Guy gets offered 35 and he says, "No, I want 40." What is the deal? Why are people unhappy with that?
I mean, it's generational money.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, how many people can you take care of?
Well, it's just like we were talking yesterday about billionaires. If you're worth $1 billion, it's 1,000 million. What are you going to do with it? You're not going to. The only way you could blow through it is if your business collapsed, or if
you made some bad investments.
You'd have to make some really bad investments to blow that much.
Yep.
So I don't know. So how much is enough? And what do you want to make enough so you can buy the team when you retire? Is that it? I don't know.
Well, you're starting to see more and more players making investments in franchises, whether it be NBA. A-Rod, isn't he now the owner of, is it Minnesota that he's?
Timberwolves, yeah. And you see him get involved with soccer teams, and, Patrick Mahomes owns a small piece of the Kansas City Royals, and I think he owns a small piece of the Kansas City soccer team too. Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I was just wondering. This was in a perfect world for quarterback Joe Burrow. Now this is asking your quarterback, your franchise quarterback, to kind of wade in on these negotiations. Basically, it says the Bengals would have, in a perfect world for quarterback Joe Burrow, the Bengals would have already wrapped up all the outstanding contract issues before training camp started today.
Mm-hmm.
But when the Bengals took the field, a couple of notable names were missing. Trey Hendrickson is away from the team. He's down in Florida as he awaits a long-term deal. And first-round rookie Shamar Stewart is the one last remaining unsigned draft pick. But it's another year that, again, the Bengals are going through these negotiations with a key or star player. Burrow said, yeah, it's obviously disappointing. You'd like to have all your guys out there day one. Try to build that cohesion. And I was talking about earlier, but that's not how it usually works out. It's a business, and that's how it is. So, that's how it is. And I guess that's the reason why you can say that's why it is that they still haven't signed Hendrickson.
Yeah.
And their rookie Stewart.
Well, evidently the Bengals have a reputation for being tighter than maybe any organization in the NFL, and that's part of it. They don't want to offer guaranteed money. You got a star player, you don't want to pay him what he's worth. The Bengals have a history of that. Look at what they do with their receivers, how long it takes to sign those guys. And they've got receivers who are as good as anybody has.
Maybe the best tandem in the National Football League.
Yeah.
So. By the way, Michael Irvin weighed in, and former Cowboy. He said, actually, this says Des Bryant. I thought it said Michael Irvin initially. But anyway, regardless, Des Bryant weighed in. He said, that's real tension. That's real tension.
Yeah.
But then this was reported, I guess one of the Cowboy writers, Cowboy defensive end Micah Parsons says he's dealing with back tightness. Quote, it's something that I feel is going to hold me back, so I just need to rehab. What?
Now, wait a minute. This is Micah Parsons?
Micah Parsons said that, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. This is while he's negotiating?
Yes, while he's dealing with back tightness.
Oh,
quote,
great.
it's something that I feel is going to hold me back.
Okay, well.
So I need to rehab.
Well, I guess Jerry could say, well, we're going to pay for that, and we'll pay for this season. But goodness, that's probably not a good move for a guy that's trying to get a big contract out of the Cowboys.
This from our D3 Auto Sales Bus text line. It said, I had an English teacher in junior high that would get aggravated. I had a science teacher. That got aggravated with me and sent me to the hall for talking and stuff until I walked off one day talking to some of the coaches. What's the rest of the story? You didn't want the Board of Education from the coaches, I can tell you that. I experienced that as well. That was not pleasant. This from the 479 from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. You can never have too much money. It doesn't take a lot of money to pay one person's bills. But if you have an ambition to build a business, you need all the millions you can get.
Right. Okay. Great. I get it. Get all the millions you can so you can build a business. Sam Walton didn't start with a bunch of millions. Did pretty good. Did really well. You grow it. Very few people start a business with $35 million. So, but anyway, that's okay, and I get that. So that's why why athletes need to be greedy so they can start businesses. Now, what we need to do is look and see what businesses these guys are starting after they retire, and see if any of them are. Wouldn't that'd be an interesting study? And if so, I get it. Now, again, I know there are some that want to invest in teams, and I get that. That's fine.
I think you need more than $35 million if you're going to be investing in some teams.
Oh, you can invest in a team for that, but you can't buy it.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're going to. I still believe, because these franchise values have jumped into over billions of dollars now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That $35 million wouldn't get you.
The Tampa Bay Rays are going to sell for over $1 billion, and they're playing right now. They're playing in a ballpark that's a minor league ballpark. They don't know if their old ballpark is going to be ready. They're supposed to have a new ballpark in 3 years. They don't know if that's going to happen right now, and yet somebody's still willing to pay $1.2 billion for them. And I don't know what their TV market's like, but I'm guessing it's not. They're not jumping hand over fist to watch the Tampa Bay Rays on TV, but maybe they are.
What are they in? About fourth place out of 5?
Yeah, but they have a winning record. Everybody in the East has a winning record.
Oh, yeah, they're
the
good.
Orioles.
The East is good, as usual.
Orioles have not a record that's very good.
Well,
I'm still going. Still like them. I still like them.
I'm so happy for you. I really am.
Thank you.
I really am so happy.
And
for
you may or may not see the Yankees this year. It's okay. I'm not going to push you on that.
Oh, good.
But they have a good record. And you were chastising Neil that the Yankees were the favorite last night, and I don't understand lines and all that.
Oh my gosh, they actually
won
won the game by 1 run.
Well, you sound disappointed.
Broke a 5-game losing streak to.
You sound disappointed.
Toronto.
You should be happy. When your team wins, be happy.
It is only a fleeting moment with New York. A fleeting moment.
A fleeting moment, yeah. All they do is finish first or second in their division every year. They got to the World Series last year. Yeah.
I don't quite understand this question from Adam, so I'm going to read it. I'll get your help on it, Rick, from our D3 Auto Sales Bus text line. Randy, this is Adam from Monticello. Will you announce when Drive Time Sports will start the football Friday games? Now, Adam, are you talking about
those are like,
when we have football Friday?
Yeah.
The show? Are you talking about Friday night games?
Yeah, probably both. Do you,
it's pretty much.
Is your first Sonic Blast? Is there a game that night?
Well, actually, we have. First week, we're jumping out there. We're getting.
Yeah.
We're going to be busy the first week right off.
Is that one of those weeks they play a bunch of games at War Memorial Stadium?
That is your favorite week.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to say what it is.
So we're not going to say
the first week of the season.
It is the first week of the season.
So you're going to be at War Memorial every night that week?
No.
You're not?
No. We will have
games there every night.
We will have our very first Crane team Red Zone.
Yeah.
We will be at Little Rock Christian that night as they take on El Dorado.
And what night is that?
That is a Thursday night.
Well, what Thursday night is it?
August 28th.
Okay. So the first
Rick
high
is out
school
that day.
broadcast.
I've got Rick out the 28th and the 29th of August. So I'm going to
do?
venture out without you.
Now, wait a minute. Am I gone then? I don't think so.
I think so.
No, I don't think so.
Did that change? Because I've got you out basically from the
No.
21st of August all the way to the 29th of August.
No. I'm here. I'm not gone then.
Well, then
I know what I did. I told you earlier in the year I might go back to Baltimore. It's enough to go once this year. No, I'm not going. No.
So I can scratch from August the 21st.
Yeah, I'll be there the whole time.
All the way through.
Yeah.
And I did write down that ugly 0 on the 29th.
No, I'll be here to listen to all that wonderful talk about 0 week.
Okay. Then on that first,
So that's the first one.
that first playing
I'm glad
week.
you brought that up on the air. Yeah. No, I'll be here the whole time.
Yeah, I'd have been expecting.
I gave you those other dates earlier, August.
Okay. Well, I need to revise this then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you'll be disappointed. I'll be there because every caller that says it's 0 week, and Rick's going to interrupt and say, "It is not."
I can say
Every
then. I
call.
can again. With just being careful on this because I have to go 28th.
Okay, that's the first high school broadcast. Is the 28th. That's only 2 nights before the first Razorback game.
And on
Friday the 29th.
Friday the 29th.
Yeah.
The second football play, not of week number 1.
Yeah.
We have a Sonic Blast that's in Atkins that particular day.
Atkins.
Perryville.
Okay.
Perryville's
Great.
at Atkins, yeah.
Very good. Good.
So I don't know if that's what your Friday shows. Okay.
That's what he asked about. So the
He
first
clarified
broadcast is
that.
Thursday the 28th.
Clarified that.
And Friday you got a Sonic Blast and a broadcast of a game.
Then on September the 4th, we have our next Crane team. That'll be on Thursday the 4th. That will be our next Crane team Red Zone. That will be Arkadelphia at Hot Springs. And then on Friday the 5th, we will be at Cabot for the Crane team Red Zone. We're going back to back, 2 days back to back. That will be Bentonville West at Cabot. And then it all sets up for Arkansas versus Arkansas State in front of an empty stadium there at War Memorial Stadium. There's no need to doing a Sonic Blast or a Crane Team Red Zone in front of War Memorial Stadium on the 6th of September. No need to do that.
Okay.
Now, how much further would you like for me to go,
No,
Adam?
that's it. Oh, I think he's probably good. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just give him a heads up on a couple of weeks. And, I mean,
Way to go.
This will be a very busy fall between the Crane Team Red Zone and a Sonic Blast. So, or the Sonic Blast. So, a lot of football coming up. Starting on August, what would say, 28th? Yeah, 28th. Adam, that's it. First night, August 28th.
Busy fall. That's great. You know who has the best fall every year? Who has a great fall every year? Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty.
Every year.
Humpty Dumpty. I've got to move that closer to me. That is the buzzer. All right, let's see. Pardon me. What else can we say here?
No more questions. Nobody else is going to ask a question after you've given. Now that you've given the first high school weekends, everybody's happy, right?
I guess. I don't know. I could give you more. This from the 479 by way of our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. You can never have too much money, just like you can never be too handsome, beautiful, or too smart.
Well, not being handsome, smart, or have too much money. I don't know what any of that means.
I started saying I don't. None of that applies to me either.
I've been very happy not having lots of money.
Not handsome, not beautiful, not too smart.
Yeah.
And not too much. Well, not any money. So, it was interesting. You know, the Big Ten is having their media days right now.
Indiana's coach, which plays the weakest non-conference schedule in America other than Missouri's, is saying, well, I'm just doing what the SEC does.
It is amazing.
And the SEC has they've got some pretty strong non-conference games. Ask LSU about opening with Clemson. I mean, ask Arkansas about playing Notre Dame. I mean, who is this guy?
He's Kurt Signetti. He is the coach.
Second year in Indiana.
Yeah, in Indiana.
They won 11 last year with 15 James Madison players. Let's see how they do now.
Well, I thought just for the fun of it, and I've got it right here in front of me, my little pocket schedule provided by the Southeastern Conference. So Alabama, they open up with Florida State.
Yeah, and Florida State's quarterback says they don't have Nick Saban to rely on anymore. So he made it sound like Alabama's toast. That probably wasn't a good thing to say for a quarterback of a team that was 2-10 last year.
Especially when you've got a coach like DeBose that's got his back up against the wall. At least I think he does.
Yeah.
And then you've got Arkansas taking on Alabama A&M. All right, you can make fun of that one. It's part of tomorrow night's countdown to kickoff. My school that I get to do is Alabama A&M. They finished 6-6 a year ago. They finished 4-4 in the SWAC. They opened with Auburn. They only got beat 73-3.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if this is going to be the same song, second verse, taking on Alabama A&M for Arkansas. If that is the case, then, yep, you can laugh at that one, Kurt, of Arkansas taking on Alabama A&M. Auburn opens up with Baylor. A year ago, this game went down to the final play. Auburn won that game, but this time it's in Waco. The Florida Gators take on the Mighty, and I don't even know what their mascot is. Did you realize Long Island has a team? Well, Florida's going to play them in Gainesville. Yeah.
Long Island? Are you kidding?
Island. Unless this is a typo on this schedule. Yeah, I got it.
Island.
I got it, Damon. I got it. I can hear the music.
No kidding.
Drive Time Sports will continue.
The Red White Report is brought to you daily on the Zone by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
With hundreds of vehicles in stock across 6 brands, your next ride is waiting for you at Red River Auto Group. We know that the road ahead is important. Whether it's your daily drive or your next big adventure, the right vehicle makes all the difference. From the reliability of a Toyota to the strength of a Ram truck, we offer vehicles built to last with options for every lifestyle. State-of-the-art technology, unbeatable performance, and the comfort you deserve. It's all waiting for you at Red River. Visit us online at redriverauto.com.
Serious injuries happen every day. If it happens to you, don't wait. Dial 8. Dial 8 for Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton. 888-8888. Anywhere in the state, dial 8. We've got you covered, Arkansas. Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Okay, quiz fans. What's one word to describe Whataburger's new Prickly Pear Raspberry Whata-Fresher? Is the best word refreshing? Or does the real raspberry make you say tangy? Or perhaps the sweet prickly pear fruit is simply delicious? Actually, the only word to describe it is quenchy, tangy, sweet, delicious. And that may sound like 4 words, but we used hyphens. Introducing new Whata-Freshers from Whataburger. Whataburger. Available for a limited time.
Chris Kane joins Morning Mayhem each Monday to mix it up with the guys. Chris Kane on Morning Mayhem is presented by Trader Bill's. Trader Bill's, your one-stop shop for all things lake.
Looking for adventure on 2 wheels or 4? Honda of Russellville has the largest Honda selection in the entire state. ATVs, motorcycles, dirt bikes, scooters, and side-by-sides, all priced to move. From the trail to the mud and back again. Check out our Mud Pro series featuring Ranchers, Foremans, and Rubicons. Want more power? Try our Mud Slayer packages on Pioneers and Talons. From mild to wild, Honda of Russellville has exactly what you're looking for. Visit us on Facebook or check out HondaofRussellville.com.
Roseanne Cash and Trisha Yearwood, accompanied by John Leventhal, will perform at the 3rd Annual Sunken Land Songwriting Circle, Friday, September 12th at 7 p.m. in Riceland Hall of Fowler Center. Tickets online at Ticketmaster.com or the A-State box office. Call 870-972-2781. Platinum entry includes reception, concert, after party, and more, plus gold and silver admission with proceeds to benefit ongoing preservation and operation of the Johnny Cash Boyhood Home.
On Friday, April 11th of this year, I finished my first year driving a GV70 from Genesis of Conway. So, what's the big deal? It's this. It's the Craig O'Neill Anniversary Sale at Genesis of Conway. To celebrate 1 year of driving the 2024 GV70, you're invited to come in and learn how you can get a 2025 for as low as $497 a month. Yes, $497 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
So Restaurant and Bar presents the one and only Bill Vickery when he joins Morning Mayhem each week. So Restaurant and Bar on Kavanaugh in the heart of Little Rock's historic Hillcrest neighborhood. Experience fine dining right in your backyard.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, you feed your crave for sports by listening to Drive Time Sports. Much like you feed your crave at any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas. Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaefer. I'm Randy Rainwater, now joined by my man Neil Atkinson by way of Bet Saracen. Well, that's a good thing I didn't risk that millions upon that Toronto-New York Yankee game last night because, lo and behold, they broke a five. That is, New York lost this 5.5 game winning streak or losing streak to the Blue Jays. So thank goodness I saved that money. What else, Neil, is hot that I can find on Bet Saracen?
Well, right now the hottest thing is Major League Baseball. Not a whole lot going on except one WNBA game later on tonight, and you've got the basketball tournament going on with all of those different teams. But yeah. So we're just coasting into baseball until we can get the football preseason started and getting ready for the college football season and see what happens there. But down on the Yankees, they're only 3 games behind the Blue Jays. I told you they were kind of evenly matched last night. They were, you got even money on them. But, at least you're not an Orioles fan and you're 14.5.
That's true. The Orioles last year they had 56 losses in 132 games. This year they got their 56th loss in their 100th game. So way ahead of last year's pace. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
But Neil,
hey,
Randy thinks the Yankees should never be any games behind anybody. So that's his problem.
Well, that's a typical Yankees fan from my experience.
That's right.
So you've got him there. But also, you are challenging my abilities as a bookmaker because earlier in the segment, I heard you refer to it. Oh, I'll be here week 0, and to me, that's just unbelievable. You actually said that.
If you're asking me, I said I'd be there. I didn't say it was week 0. I don't go.
Week 0, I'll be there. Yeah, that'll be that week 0. And then you said you have to be here to correct everybody that week.
That's
and
right.
probably me at least.
That's why I'm coming on. So, Neil, if you say week 0, I'll correct you, too. How's that?
Yeah, I'm sure it will happen at least 5 times that week if I'm on the show 5 times. So I'll be ready for it.
Wait a minute, Neil. Now, on Bet Saracen, will you have week 0 games listed on Bet Saracen?
I don't know if I'm gonna call them week 0 because I do have respect for Rick. I may yield to that. Although I may let it slip out, I can't do that to him. I can't do that to him. So
if I look at matchups, it's not going to say week 0 matchups. What's it going to say?
I don't know. Let me think on that one. But I'm not going to use week 0.
I'm going to use the over/under on that one now.
So Neil, you do
all right.
NFL, right? Does the NFL have?
Oh yeah.
Week 0. NFL.
No, they have preseason.
Yeah,
they have preseason, which makes my
when they play their first games, it's week 1, right? But
they do that.
But college educators and high school educators, we're talking about educators. They're educating their kids.
You shouldn't have fired him up, Neil.
They say there's a week that's week 0, which is impossible. Week 0 means nothing. Means nothing, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Hey,
that's why I'm
5 weeks to discuss this.
Just put the date up
right.
there. Don't. Don't just put the date up there. Don't say this is like
We're gonna
week
do.
one.
We're gonna do opening weekend. I think I've just settled it right
That's
then and there and be
perfect.
done.
That's great. Perfect. That's what it is.
All right.
All right.
I almost called you today and asked you what is my deadline, or do I need to start now? Do I need to get the futures for you for this upcoming Arkansas Razorback season?
Well, funny, I was going to mention that too, but I got involved in week 0. But yep, we're going to start. We're going to start looking at that, and I got to send you over. We got to tweak a little bit of the props that we do to comply with some official data that I'm going to get. I'm opting to kind of to restrict some of the props that we're going to be able to do, so we can have some official data sources. But it's not a bad thing. It's stuff that we didn't do anyway for the most part. Just, I guess the only thing that I did not like, or what we're not going to be able to do, we're not going to be do things like the coin toss results in the college games and things like that, like cover the Gatorade and things like that. We've been asked and actually contract not to do that, but having more efficient official data and more content for the bettors that far outweighed those little niche bets. And I know they're fun, but heck. I'll do the stuff that people really want and people really bet versus the novelty stuff. I'll let that trump that any day. So but I'll be sending you over those new little things. But I don't think you'll find anything offensive in it. But anyway, looking forward to it. Getting ready for football.
I'm sure you'll wrap my knuckles otherwise. All right, Neil, where can we find all this stuff?
BetSaracen.com on the web or from your phone. Just go to the App Store and type in Bet Saracen. Download the app, hit the registration button. New customers use the code WELCOME. First $25 bet settles, get you $125 in free play. And everybody else, check the promo tab. Make sure you check the GOAT. And don't forget the long shot promo is still going on this month. Still got time to hit one of those long shot parlays and get your share of $25K.
You cannot cave to Rick. You cannot cave. You can't just say opening weekend.
Sure
you've
can.
got you've
That's
got
what
to
it is.
say.
It's
Well, then
opening
what's he going to say
weekend.
the next one? Is he going to say then
week number
this is
2.
week number 1? No,
It's
he'll
week
have
number
to say.
2.
Okay. Neil, it's
I'm going to call it Labor Day weekend.
Sounds good to me.
Neil.
Unbelievable.
All right.
We will talk to you tomorrow. Neil Atkinson by way of Bet Saracen.
See, this week 0 thing, it throws the whole season off. Because then week 5 is week 4. Then week 6 is week 5. It's just stupid. It is totally stupid.
And as I continue, after Long Island is set to travel to Gainesville to take
Long
on
Island.
Florida.
That's pretty stupid that Florida's playing that game. They're playing Long Island. My gosh.
That is unbelievable because I really don't believe they're still going to play Long
Me either.
Island. I've never heard of Long Island.
Well, I've heard of it.
Well, I
There's
mean,
a
okay, I've
location.
heard of Long Island
Yeah.
itself, but not the school, not the
Well, a lot of
university.
Yankees
I didn't
were
know they
there.
had a D1 or what do you want to call it, FCS or FBS or whatever letters we're using. Georgia opens in Athens against Marshall. That's a decent matchup. Kentucky, we found out that this team, at least for one day, gave Arkansas some fits. Kentucky takes on Toledo in Lexington.
Well, if Kentucky needs a light schedule since they're not getting any NIL money for their football team. It's all going to basketball.
Yeah, they're going to need all the help they can get. LSU opens at Clemson
that's
against
a tough one.
Clemson. Yeah.
That's at Clemson. That's not
At
one of those neutral
Clemson.
field deals.
Yep, exactly. Ole Miss opens with Georgia State in Oxford. Mississippi State. Now, this is typically a pretty good game between Mississippi State and Southern Miss, and this year it's at Hattiesburg. Missouri opens up with our own Bears of UCA in Columbia. And that game is actually scheduled for August the 28th. That's a Thursday night. Okay. Oklahoma opens up in Norman against Illinois State. South Carolina plays in Atlanta against Virginia Tech. Tennessee opens in Atlanta against Syracuse. Texas opens in Columbus, Ohio against Ohio State. A&M, Texas A&M opens up in College Station against UT San Antonio. Roadrunner's been pretty good the last
they're
couple
not
of years.
bad.
Yep.
That's right.
And then Vandy opens up with Charleston Southern in Nashville. Charleston Southern. I didn't know they had a football team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've heard of them.
And then Alabama, back to Alabama, their non-conference schedule, mentioned Florida State. They get Louisiana Monroe, that's in Tuscaloosa. They get Wisconsin, that's in Tuscaloosa. And let's see, their final non-conference matchup, on November 22nd, they square off against Eastern Illinois. That's a rough one.
But Wisconsin's a good matchup. They went to Wisconsin last year.
Yeah,
So
that game is in Tuscaloosa. Yep.
Yeah.
No Arkansas's non-conference schedule. Auburn, they get Ball State in week number 2, September the 6th.
If you play for Ball State, are you a baller?
You are a baller. And that originated from Fitz Hill, Dr. Fitz Hill.
Yeah.
When he said they're ballers, they are ballers.
Yeah.
South Alabama, that will be at Auburn. This is, again, Auburn taking on South Alabama. And let's see their final non-conference game. Oh, the mighty Mercer. They take on Mercer. Boy, was Hugh Freeze smart about this schedule. He needs to get at least 6 wins.
He does.
Maybe even 7. But anyway, take on Mercer. That game is in Auburn. Florida, besides that mighty matchup against Long Island, the very next week they take on South Florida. The Bulls. That could be an interesting game, maybe.
Be. But now they still play Florida State, right?
And
they
then
play Miami this year?
They play Miami of Florida. That game will be in Miami on September the 20th.
Okay.
And then they go all the way to the end of the season when they take on Florida State. That game this year will be in Gainesville. Georgia, they get Austin Peay, the Governors. That game's in Athens.
Does everybody think the same thing I do when they think of their cheer? We'll leave that to your imagination.
I'm stopping there. I'm moving forward, actually. On November the 22nd, Georgia takes on Charlotte in Athens, and then they finish out in Atlanta taking on Georgia Tech. That means the game is at Georgia Tech. Kentucky mentioned Toledo. They get Eastern Michigan on September the 13th. That game is in Lexington. They get Tennessee Tech, Lexington, and Louisville. Louisville haven't been that good lately, but we shall see. LSU, they get Louisiana Tech in Baton Rouge on September the 6th, game 2. Then they play Southeastern Louisiana. That's in Baton Rouge. And let's see, Western Kentucky, Baton Rouge. Brian Kelly, don't lose that game, buddy. They get you fired November the 22nd. Actually, I don't think Western Kentucky would get them fired faster than Southeastern Louisiana, or maybe even Louisiana Tech for that matter. Ole Miss, let's say they opened with Georgia State. Now they get Tulane. That game's in Oxford. I guess you notice where that quarterback who was set to serve like a 6 or 7 game suspension for BYU. He's now
transferred.
He transferred to Tulane. Yeah.
But is he eligible this year?
I'm going to assume so. October the 11th. Man, that was fast. October the 11th. Ole Miss is playing Washington State at Oxford. The Citadel. There you go. The Citadel rounds out their non-conference slate. All right, Drive Time Sports. We'll continue.
Catch the buzz on all of our social media platforms, presented by Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. They specialize in custom in-ground pools. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Hi, folks. It's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Sherwood. I've got some good news and I've got some great news. The good news is Employee Pricing Plus continues through July. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay, and you get all the rebates. The great news is the biggest discounts of the year on every new vehicle in stock. Buy today and make no payments for up to 90 days and take advantage of our available sales tax paid. Up to $14,000 off all new Ram Laramie half-tons. Up to $7,000 off the all-new Jeep Wrangler. And up to $8,000 off the all-new Jeep Gladiator. And you can get the new Jeep Compass for only $399 a month with no payments for 90 days. Also, don't worry about your credit. If you've had credit problems in the past, go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-qualified in minutes. Then come in, pick out your new car. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge in Warden Road in Sherwood, or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
What we love about our ability to help patients at QC Kinetics is seeing their pure delight at finally being able to do the things they enjoy without pain.
I had a patient start treatment with me. He wanted to be able to be active again and do some of his sports that he really enjoyed.
Dr. Ashley Caravelli, a medical director for QC Kinetics, treats patients with chronic joint pain using their body's own biologics. The goal? Get them back to living their best lives without surgery or harmful drugs.
He came back and he goes, what I wasn't expecting was the ability to play on the floor with my grandchildren. Even just saying it now, I have goosebumps because it's changing those small moments that you take for granted.
Don't let joint pain rob you of those moments. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
It just warms my heart to be able to help people live the life they want to live and get those small moments back.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
So Restaurant and Bar is open under new management. Original chef Joseph Salguero is back with a unique menu. So Restaurant and Bar has been around since 2006 in the heart of Little Rock's historic Hillcrest neighborhood on Kavanaugh Boulevard. Experience fine dining right in your backyard. They offer 3 separate event spaces or the ability to rent out the restaurant for any type of event or party, plus multiple catering options. View their menu, make reservations, or rent their event space at SoRestaurantAR.com. SoRestaurantAR.com.
Now, back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios. Eat fresh, eat local, eat my catfish. Be a part of the game plan. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaefer. I'm Randy Rainwater. I was looking at just some of the particulars on Hawks Homes, and one of the things that jumped out to me was the cost per square foot in which you can have a home built. I mean, if you need an affordable housing, 5 bedrooms for under $110,000. 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms starting at $55 a square foot. That's amazing. That is amazing. It's not unbelievable. It's amazing. And over... Now, this is the Conway location. Not talking about the Bryant location. I'm talking about the Conway location. Over 65 homes to choose from. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you can dream it, they can build it. Now, I am not. I can't do that stuff. I tried before drawing things out, and you can't decipher it. But maybe you have that ability. But if not, just sit down with the folks at Hawks, and they can design it for you. They can dream for you. And when they deliver, when they deliver anywhere in the state, that's going to include the setup, the underpinning, and this is the big one, especially when I drove into work today, 102 degrees. Central heat and air. That's right, central heat and air conditioning. And if you don't have land, that's not a problem. And if you need dirt work, need utilities, whatever it may be, no problem. They can build it all in one loan. Duck clubs, offices, churches, you dream it, they can build it if they don't already have it. That's hawkshomes.net. Check them out, hawkshomes.net. Check out the complete inventory. Better yet, it's not kicking tires, but it's going from home to home, finding the right one for you. That's Hawks Homes in Conway and Bryant, or go online at hawkshomes.net. Okay. There you go. Let's see. Who do I have left to finish? Okay. Missouri. Already mentioned Missouri, did I not?
I think you did.
Their mighty non-conference
That's the
schedule.
easiest one.
UMass, Louisiana Lafayette, Kansas, Central Arkansas, Oklahoma.
All at home, right?
All at home.
But I will say this, the resumption of Missouri-Kansas is for a long time is the oldest rivalry west of the Mississippi, and that's a major step for them. I think they're playing 5 times in the next 10 years, and I don't know how good Kansas is, but when Kansas plays Missouri, the underdog can win that game. So that at least is a decent game for them.
They have been improving over the last couple of years. Kansas has, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is my D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. I need to get this in real quick before I continue on with Oklahoma. And that was, Rick, is Ice-T the mascot for Long Island? I thought that's pretty good.
Yeah, cocktails probably.
Yeah. This also from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. I've seen this one before once Rick gets railing on week 0. This from the 501 says, tell us how you really feel, Rick. Okay, he already has. Oklahoma, Illinois State. Ooh, they play Michigan in Norman. They play Temple in Philadelphia. And they get Kent State in Norman. South Carolina, Virginia Tech, talked about that game being in Atlanta. South Carolina State, they'll play them in Columbia. And let's see, they have Coastal Carolina. That could be interesting in Columbia. And then they close with Clemson in Columbia. Tennessee, Syracuse, and Atlanta. East Tennessee State in Knoxville. They get UAB in Knoxville. Unless that's a much improved UAB, that's not going to be much of a game. New Mexico State, that's in Knoxville. Texas, Ohio State in Columbus.
Yeah, that's a pretty big game.
Then they get San Jose State in Austin. They get mighty UTEP in Austin. And Sam Houston State, they get them in Austin.
So that Ohio State game, that's another one of those, you think about Arkansas playing Notre Dame at 11, and that's a bad deal. Ohio State, Texas at 11.
Yep.
Because Fox still thinks that's
noon kickoff. They call it the noon kickoff.
And they want to lead into it with their pregame show. And so, yeah, they try and make a big deal out of it. But fans don't like it. And Ohio State last year was on that time a bunch because they're so good. They ended up winning the national championship. So they're on all the time, a lot at that time. And their fans do not like it.
Nope. Texas A&M plays UT San Antonio in College Station. Utah State, that's where Blake Anderson formerly was of Arkansas State. They play them in College Station. A&M gets Notre Dame. That game at Notre Dame. And then they close with Sanford in College Station. Finally, Vanderbilt, Charleston Southern, Virginia Tech in Blacksburg. That's a tough place to play.
Yeah, it is.
Georgia State in Nashville, Utah State. That's in Nashville. So there you have all the those rough and tumble non-conference games that Kurt Signetti, who is responding to all that by saying that he's just adopting the SEC scheduling philosophy. Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. Well, I guess there are a couple schedules that are fairly weak, but all of them at least have somebody you've heard of on there. And Indiana's schedule's pretty weak. Now, in fairness, the Big Ten does play 9 conference games.
Yes, they do.
And the SEC doesn't do that.
And that's a big point of contention with the Big Ten. That's why they're wanting, unless the SEC goes to a 9-game schedule, that's why they're pushing so hard for this 4-4-2-2-2-1, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That for the 16-team playoff. By the way, Indiana, they do play Notre Dame, but they also play Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and Indiana State.
Old Dominion's a pretty good country music group.
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
Kennesaw State, they're okay.
Yeah, but they don't sing.
No, they don't sing. Let's see, this also from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Ask Rick if he thinks Connor Nolan is close to a call-up. Oh, by the way, I guess you saw where Gage Wood formally signed his contract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
$3 million signing bonus.
And so did the two Dodger Razorbacks.
And he is headed to Florida. I got to believe if his arm can hold up to it, if he's ready to rock, he might see some late, maybe a September call-up. Give him a chance at that bullpen.
Wouldn't that be something?
Would not surprise me.
Yeah.
Would not surprise me. What about Connor Nolan?
I don't know how close he is, but I'm surprised. Yeah, I saw his numbers Sunday when they ran him in the paper. I was surprised. Good numbers. I don't know how close he is to being
Why are you
called up.
surprised?
Because you kind of forget about him.
Mm.
You know, he was football, baseball, did okay. Never a superstar, but did okay. And so you kind of forget about him, and next thing you know, yeah, his numbers are pretty good. So how close he is, I don't know. But he's having a good season in the minor leagues.
Maybe he gets the call up in September. You never know. All right, Rick Schaefer, I'm Randy Rainwater. Coming up next, Trey Biddy, hogsports.com, being brought to you by Chris Crane Hyundai in Genesis of Conway. Stay tuned.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention, like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See? We didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you.
Brought to you by the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
Hawks Homes are great for duck clubs, hunting clubs, classrooms, and if you need affordable housing, we have 5 bedrooms for under $110,000. All prices include delivery anywhere in the state, setup, underpinning, central heat, and air conditioning. If you have any land problems, no problem. They'll help you find some and help you get the utilities and prep and set up all in the loan. Located in Conway and Bryant, check out the inventory online at hawkshomes.net.
The Zone Hotline on 103.7 The Buzz is presented by Jim's Razorback Pizza with 2 locations, Highway 10 past Taylor Loop and just off the Morgan Mall Mill exit.
Our guys aren't so bad, right?
This is taking unsportsmanlike conduct to a whole new level.
Well, maybe not. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock.
New community partnerships with the Department of Human Services are expected to decrease the number of young people in the state's juvenile justice system. Right now, there are 380 kids and teens in that system. That number has been steadily increasing since the pandemic. State DHS Secretary Christy Putnam says positive relationships with adults and community efforts are crucial to bringing those numbers down. She just met with the Little Rock Rotary Club to find some solutions. One might be books. The club is donating books to help improve youth reading levels. Little Rock Rotary Club president hopes business owners will consider mentorships within DHS, as well as offering young people more employment opportunities. A man wanted for a Pine Bluff murder is in custody as police look for a second suspect. Police say 37-year-old Michael King Jr. is accused in the shooting death of 36-year-old Marky Avery. Avery was found dead outside a home on South Spruce Street last Friday afternoon. King Jr. turned himself in yesterday. I'm Sincere Tonsel for KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888 for Rainwater Holton Sexton. They'll help you weather the storm.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Juliana Cullen.
Sunny, hot, and humid weather continues this afternoon as temperatures warm up the upper 90s. Some of us will hit 100 degrees before we factor in the heat index. Heat index values will make it feel close to 105 to 110 later on this afternoon. We'll have clear skies overnight tonight with more heat and humidity on the way for your Thursday and into the weekend. This is meteorologist Juliana Cullen with the Arkansas Storm Team for the Buzz Radio Network.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tickets are on sale now for Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, July 24th at the Hall, featuring Bobby Petrino and Taylon Green, plus former Hogs Casey Dick and Chris Gregg. Get your tickets at LittleRockHall.com. Brought to you in part by Oakland Sports, the Gangster Museum and the Hattery of Hot Springs, First Trust Home Loans, AY Magazine, Arkansas Money and Politics, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Ortho Arkansas, Southern Bank, and Connect Service Solutions. Special thanks to Corky's Ribs and Barbecue and Party Time Rental and Events.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. I've decided not to do my usual radio spot, but rather use this time to tell you a little bit about our Fletcher Auto Company. We've been here in Sherwood since 1989. That's 36 years. During that time, we've supported our community and our state. I'm very proud of our Dodge team here in Sherwood. We have a great service department run by Dwayne Bell. And as all you know, our sales team is led by our General Manager, Chris Zender, also known as Zippy, along with my grandson, Sam Fletcher. They're here to welcome you and give you the best buying experience possible. The Dodge store in Sherwood is one of 9 stores in the Fletcher Auto Company. We represent 10 different automobile brands. We've built our business on treating people like family and doing our best to give you the best deal possible. Please shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood and give us a chance to earn your business. Come see us in person on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop us online at FletcherDeals.com.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agent Angie Collins in Heber Springs, Michelle Herring in Whitehall, or Jonathan Stone in Lone Oak today.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Camping World is now open in Benton, and we're throwing a party. Join us July 24th through the 27th during our grand opening block party. We'll have food, fun, and huge grand opening discounts on Arkansas's best selection of new and used RVs. As part of America's #1 RV network, we have the largest selection of pre-owned RVs, with new RVs as low as $76 a month. Don't miss the grand opening block party at Camping World in Benton, July 24th through the 27th. Get all the details at campingworld.com/Benton Grand Opening.
On Friday, April 11th of this year, I finished my first year driving a GV70 from Genesis of Conway. So, what's the big deal? It's this.
It's the Craig O'Neill Anniversary Sale at Genesis of Conway. To celebrate 1 year of driving the 2024 GV70, you're invited to come in and learn how you can get a 2025 for as low as $497 a month. Yes, $497 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
Listen each Friday during Drive Time Sports for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reed, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village. Staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over 10 years ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison, Arkansas Municipal Equipment specializes in refuse and recycle equipment. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, and roll-off dumpsters. But they don't just sell it to you. You can get parts and service for all makes and models for refuse equipment. Their technicians travel the state to take care of you. AME, it's the service after the sale.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 collar-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaefer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Hour number 2 at Drive Time Sports. Here on the Buzz Radio Network, Rick Schaefer standing by in Northwest Arkansas. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city.
And now, Trey Biddy is brought to you by Chris Crane Hyundai, Arkansas's #1 Hyundai dealer, and Genesis of Conway, Arkansas's only Genesis dealer. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today. Now, here's Trey Biddy.
Good afternoon, Trey.
Hey, guys.
Sounds like you're on the move again today.
I'm pulling in again. I missed timing it by about 2 minutes.
Timing is everything, but that's okay. You're coming through loud and clear. There was a story today on hogsports.com, and I would be curious what the feedback that you received on your message board. And this was another brutal slate awaits Arkansas football, written by Trey Biddy. I was just curious what kind of feedback you got upon that particular story.
Well, a lot of people saying, why hasn't Hunter Yurachek said or done anything about this yet? And it is crazy, guys, when you really break it all down, because, I mean, Arkansas hasn't had back-to-back home games to open a college football season in 17 years.
What?
17 years. They haven't had back-to-back conference games. The first 2 conference games, no matter where they fall on the schedule, in 17 years. Missouri this year has back-to-back conference games, as you can imagine. They had it 6 years ago. They had back-to-back conference games. Texas A&M has 3 home conference games in a row this year. 3 to open the season. Their first road game is October 18th at Arkansas.
Wow.
That's Arkansas's first home SEC game. Texas A&M's 4th game is their first road SEC game. It is Arkansas's first on October 18th. Arkansas is the only program in the SEC back-to-back years to be the road team in their first 2 conference games. The only team in the SEC. Now, it was against Texas A&M in Arlington last year, but they were technically the road team. You go back to 2023 when Arkansas, won 4 games. They started off on the road at LSU. They were the home team against Texas A&M, but it was in Arlington. And then their next 2 games were on the road in the SEC. Next 2 games are in the road on the SEC. After the Alabama game and Arkansas played so well, Hunter Yurachek said this team deserves a packed stadium when they're coming back home, which their first home game in the SEC was October 25th. You know who they played? Mississippi State. 7-3 Mississippi State. Danny Enos gets fired. That's what you get treated to. And it was 11 a.m. kickoff also. So a lot of this is the SEC. A lot of it's Arkansas doing it to themselves. Just really not very smart in their scheduling decisions. I've mentioned before, like, why are they playing Notre Dame's and scheduling games against Michigan that was canceled, obviously, but like programs like that when they need to be playing Oklahoma State's and BYU and Utah. Those are smart games to schedule. I will never be on board with playing a non-Power 5 team at their place. Never. I will never support that. And, at home they finally got it right this year with scheduling in Fayetteville. You should open the season in your home stadium, not your home away from home, nothing against Little Rock, but you should open it either at home in your home stadium or against another major conference teams, either on the road or in a neutral site. That's the only way you should open the season. Never your home away from home, never your, some Power 5 or non-Power 5 team on the road, which they're not doing, but you should never do that kind of stuff. To me, that's all. A lot of it's just Arkansas doing these kinds of things to themselves, but a lot of it's the SEC. But we can go back to 2020, and Arkansas is riding a 19-game SEC losing streak. Expect any favors from the SEC? No. We'll give you Georgia and Florida, the 2 toughest teams in the Eastern Division at the time. We'll give you Georgia and Florida. Like, it's almost blatant how bad it is.
Yeah.
Other teams know how to schedule. I mean, other teams do a better job scheduling, how their schedule shapes up. Arkansas just doesn't do a very good job. And, we can talk about other parts of the schedule where, you play 3 home games in a row, but it's so critically important from a momentum and a belief and a buy-in standpoint to get off to a good start. And if you're like Missouri and you start off with your first 6 games at home, 6 straight home games in Columbia, that is a way to build momentum for your program. You have the advantage in all of those games, except for, Alabama. Alabama's going to be tough, obviously, but you do get them at home. But you are probably going to be nationally ranked going into that Alabama game. They're talking about you on TV. USA Today comes out, they're top 25, and you're in it. There's a little blurb about the program. You can show the recruits. You're hosting recruits at a very critical time early in the season. You have plenty of opportunities to do that, whereas Arkansas is playing 4 different venues their first 4 games. They play Alabama A&M to open things up at 3:15. Then they go to Little Rock, and then it's what is it after that? Is it Oxford? And then
Memphis,
and then Memphis. Yeah, and then you get Notre Dame, and that's an 11 o'clock game. Meanwhile Missouri's playing UMass at 6 o'clock, and you get an 11 o'clock game for a huge game, which would be nice to host recruits for, but you're not getting anybody coming from Texas for that game. Nobody's coming from Mississippi or anywhere except for Arkansas, Central Arkansas, maybe Northwest Arkansas. Those are the recruits that you're going to get there because everybody else, it's just too far to drive for an 11 o'clock game. So, then you're back on the road again at Tennessee. Then it's a bye week, and then you get the 3 games at home. So, but by then, even if you start to surge, if that schedule has cost you, if it's cost you wins, everybody stopped talking about you. And these flex games where it's like 2:30 to 7, somewhere in between there, you're going to get the earlier game. You're going to get the earlier option in most cases. You're going to have to fight and claw to get in the top 25. It seems to happen every single year, and I don't know why. I don't know why it's happened every single year, but how long has Greg Sankey been in charge? Maybe it's something Sankey's doing.
Ask him what he has
but
against Arkansas.
He doesn't seem too worried about Arkansas.
Yeah, ask him what he has against him, right? Could have done that at Media Day.
Hello?
But why is that, though, Trey? Why is it on a consistent basis that Arkansas is being given this kind of schedule, conference schedule, it seems like every year.
I don't know where he went. He was saying hello like he couldn't hear us. We could hear him.
I could hear him, yes.
Yeah, and then he left us.
I wouldn't have
I'll bet he'd be right
asked him
back.
that question.
There
he
he
is.
Hello. I
There
don't know
you
what
are.
happened.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
talking
we
for a
can hear
long
you.
time. I hope
We
y'all
can
heard
hear
some
you.
of that.
I think we
did.
heard. Yeah, I
We
think we heard all of it.
Yeah, and then you left us.
I
Okay.
asked the question, Trey, and I realized it'd be nothing more than speculation upon your part. But why do you think Arkansas gets this kind of conference schedule year after year after year? It's not just like every once in a while; it's every year.
Yeah. Well, my next plan is to dive into the background and history of Greg Sankey and figure out what it is, what happened with Arkansas that he doesn't like. It's got to be so. How long has he been running things? How long has he been running things?
It's about 10 to 12 years now. I think 12 years.
Yeah. Last 12 years haven't gone very good for Arkansas.
No.
No, they haven't.
Coincidence?
Okay, then
Just saying.
here's another question for you, Trey, from our D3.
I've got my eye on you, Greg Sankey. I've got my eye on you.
This is from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line from the 501. Ask Trey why Missouri always gets an easy schedule.
I don't know. I think hopefully when we do this deep dive into Greg Sankey's past, we'll figure out what it is.
Yeah. They might
What
have
does he
caught him
like
doing
about Missouri?
something. Yeah, they might have caught
What
him
does he
doing
like
something.
about guys? Look, I mean, Missouri. First of all, they get introduced to the SEC and they get put in the Eastern Division, which was trash at the time compared to the West. Mm-hmm. And there are Western divisions. You know, they should be in the West, or they should have been. It's amazing to me when you look at their slate of games, how these two teams are in the same conference.
And how
again, I'm not saying this isn't anything against Missouri. They get the schedule that they get, you know, and they've done a good job with their schedule. And I don't think Arkansas would have done as good a job with Missouri's schedule. I don't think they would have won 11 games a few years ago. I just don't think Missouri, if they had Arkansas' schedule, would have won 11 that year.
All right, Trey, this from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. I think I know the answer, but I'll ask you instead. Who does Arkansas's scheduling?
It's the SEC schedule office.
I think.
Oh, you mean for Arkansas? Yeah, I mean a lot of these are Jeff Long decisions. Still.
Oh my!
Wow, still.
Well, I would imagine the Memphis series, is that not Jeff Long? That Notre Dame, that's Jeff Long.
Likely. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, so that's still stuff that's carrying over. The other stuff, like, you know, opening the season in Little Rock, that's just. I hate saying this because I am from Central Arkansas, and I've always, even when it looked like it was, I would still defend, you know, playing the games in Little Rock. But I didn't even go to a game in Fayetteville until I was in high school. All my memories going to Razorback games were Memorial Stadium. But I just feel like it's past time. I don't feel like it's a good thing for the program to be playing games there. Aside from the idea of unifying the state, and I also think the state's smaller than it used to be, you know, because of, you know, communication, internet, all that kind of stuff, ways to keep up. But War Memorial Stadium, guys, is the worst stadium in the SEC. Now that Vanderbilt First Bank Stadium has been renovated, War Memorial is the worst one. I hate it. Just they didn't keep it. It didn't. I know. I didn't keep it up. Or they didn't keep up with like what they needed to do if they wanted to continue to have games there. You know, Alabama doesn't play in Birmingham anymore. You know, but Arkansas continues to play
in Jackson.
Ole Miss doesn't play in Jackson. You know, Oxford is probably up there. You know, Oxford, Missouri. You know, neither of those are just like fantastic venues.
Well, Oxford's a lot better than Columbia is.
Oxford's better than Columbia. Columbia's better than Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's better than War Memorial.
Where do you rank Mississippi State then?
Mississippi State's actually a lot better. I mean, when they did their renovations, probably 12 years ago, something like that.
But that's more in the end zone.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just 2 grandstands before that.
That's true.
I actually think Starkville's got a pretty nice thing going on. I mean, it's not a huge, massive stadium. It's like 65,000 or so, 60. But it's not a bad venue compared to what it used to be. Not even close. I mean, I'm not saying it's one of the upper tier stadiums in the SEC. I've been to all of them now, except for I have not been to Oklahoma, but I've been to all of them. I've not been to Kyle Field since it's been renovated. But to me, I wouldn't put. I think Starkville's got a better thing going than Oxford does.
Really? I wouldn't say that.
I think so.
Right,
I've just never been blown away with Vaught Hemingway.
It's okay.
Let's talk with the Grove's the only thing nice about that. Let's talk to DK. DK, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports.
Good evening, gentlemen. Hey, Trey, would you happen to know if the Coach Pickman got a medical marijuana card?
I don't know. Why do you ask?
I just asked because I thought I heard him say something about 9 wins. And so I was just wondering.
That's pretty
good. DK.
Hey, I hope we get 9 wins, but I was just wondering. But what I called really about was now ULR said they was gonna get a football team some years ago, so I'm trying to figure out.
JUCO,
seems like War Memorial would be a good stadium for them to use.
That didn't work. That's not going to happen.
That died on the vine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they need to put some new compost and fertilizer around it and try it again.
I don't think they got the money for that. I think they want to save that money and put it into NIL. Thank you, DK.
Yeah. But before anybody says anything about just my comments on War Memorial, and I know there's a dominant number of people in Little Rock listening to this. Again, I grew up. I died on that hill over and over again about playing games there, and I've just changed my mind on it. And the only thing that hurts me to say that really is people that maybe can't afford to go to games in Fayetteville or don't have the means to get to Fayetteville, or people that live so far away. Little Rock's a lot closer, and Fayetteville's just so far away that it's just such a challenge. That would be the people that I would hurt for saying that.
All right, Kate.
Overall, I just don't think it's a good thing for the athletic program.
In fairness, let me ask this question: If you wanted to get War Memorial up to whatever standards you're referencing, what needs to be improved?
Well, first of all, you have to play more than one game there, because they're just not prepared. There's no way for them to get prepared to, and get in the swing of things. I mentioned the other day, them trying to tell me I couldn't go to my parking spot when it's the only way to get to it. I had to have a conversation about it. Not bringing water, not knowing the band needs water, or running out of water, or the internet always seems to crash, or the play clock doesn't work. Those are things that happen because you just have one event there. It's not, if they had multiple events, then.
Well, they do have multiple events there.
Multiple big time events like that, like a Razorback game.
Okay. Okay.
So that would be one thing. But also, I do think that there are other things that need to be improved.
I didn't know if you meant they need better restroom facilities.
Everything, concessions, yes, all of that would need to be redone. And make it somewhere that people want to go. I think one reason that you see attendance down is it's just not the venue that it once was, because, there's so many other, compared to, what War Memorial was in the 1980s versus what it is now. It's just the other venues that are out there in college football and NFL and stuff are just outrageously better. They just are. I made the point the other day. I went to the playoff game in Oklahoma City, and I was really blown away with how nice that arena is, the concourses, the food options, all of that kind of stuff. And they're tearing that place down. They're tearing it down to build another one.
Wow. All right, let's talk with Charlie. Let's squeeze Charlie in. Charlie, good afternoon. You got a question or comment for Trey?
Yeah, I guess I'll just continue with the jokes or the honest. Look, guys, I am 32 years old. I got a text from my almost 70-year-old dad today. And he goes, I cannot take the Cowboys anymore. And he's been a fan his whole life. And it's not the Cowboys, though. It's specifically we know who. And I don't even have to say his name. Now, I'm just going to be honest. I do not understand what in the world. Okay, yeah, I do. He's lost his mind. It's as simple as that. Jerry is to the point now he has lost his mind. And I'm to the point, what team should I jump on, guys? I just can't do this
Packers.
much more either.
Packers.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's sad,
You can't do
man,
it.
to watch
You're
this.
just going to continue. You're just going to continue your abusive relationship with the Cowboys.
That's what I said, Packers. Packers.
You can't leave them. Something in your blood.
Well, it is, but my dad, in his defense, is like, man, I just can't. The way Jerry is doing things, how do you treat your best player like that? All these other people getting signed, and we ain't signed Micah Parsons yet at 26 years old, by the way. I don't understand it. Anyways, as far as the Hogs go, I'll get me a medical marijuana card if they get to 9 or 10 wins. I'm telling you right now, I'm going for it because I'm going for it. I hope they surprise us, man. I really do. The schedule is tough every year in the SEC, no matter what. But you're going to say it every year. But I am so excited about this coming up next year. That finally the settlement went through. That maybe the parity across college football. Trey, do you think it starts to get back? I know there'll be some people that cheat. I get that. But do you think this will really help in the long run, this new deal, $20.5 million? Anyways, y'all have a good one.
Thank you, Charlie.
Well, I hope so. I hope it brings some parity to college football. There never really has been parity in college football, though. Some of the stuff you hear lately about, like what the NCAA is going to deny someone an NIL deal and what that's going to court. We know how that's going to end, right? No, so I'm still skeptical of everything, but I want to get to it and let's see what happens. I really wish Arkansas felt like they were more proactive. It just feels like they're chasing on all this NIL stuff.
All right, Trey, we will talk with you tomorrow. That is Trey Biddy, hogsports.com, being brought to you by Chris Rain Hyundai and Genesis of Conway.
Edition of Morning Mayhem from Ava Bella Day Spa. It's in the books. Want to thank Dee for hosting the fellas. Also want to thank Melinda Mayo for stopping by, as well as Trey Reed and Craig O'Neill. Coming up tomorrow, Roger is on vacation, so Basil, Justin Moore, and myself will be holding things down. Chris Kane stops by. Also, Joe Klein as well. It's coming up 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on 103.7 The Buzz.
Listen for Champs and Chumps on Fridays during The Zone. Brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
With hundreds of vehicles in stock across 6 brands, your next ride is waiting for you at Red River Auto Group. We know that the road ahead is important. Whether it's your daily drive or your next big adventure, the right vehicle makes all the difference. From the reliability of a Toyota to the strength of a Ram truck, we offer vehicles built to last with options for every lifestyle. State-of-the-art technology, unbeatable performance, and the comfort you deserve. It's all waiting for you at Red River. Visit us online at redriverauto.com.
Now that it's summer, we're blowing out prices at HJ Trailer Sales. Through the end of the month at factory cost, some even below. Aluminum truck beds in stock marked down to $6,500 installed. All bedrock beds, $4,900 installed. Butler hay beds, $12,800 installed. Need a trailer? Good Guys 22-foot, 10K, $8,100. All air tow trailers under $20,000. Delta 30-foot, 14K gooseneck, only $10,900. HJ Trailer Sales on Facebook or hjtrailersales.com, Hot Springs and Paragould.
DQ presents How to Make Your Summer Take Flight. Just head into DQ for a new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat. Treat your inner hero to an epic mix of sugar cookie dough, sprinkles, and cake batter flavor. Blend it all with legendary DQ soft serve, and it's enough to tempt Superman himself. Fly into DQ for our new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat before it's gone. And don't miss Superman, only in theaters July 11th. DQ, happy tastes good. Only at participating locations.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New Squid on the Block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Every day in Arkansas, children face crises like poverty, instability, and family separation. But there is hope. Arkansas Family Alliance connects community members like you to urgent needs like beds, clothing, food, and more through the Care Portal platform. Over 1,300 families have already been impacted. You can help reach even more by becoming a community champion. Whether you're part of a business, church, team, or just want to serve, learn how to get involved at arfamilyalliance.org or call 4769-4110 because strong families build strong communities.
It's Gwatney Chevrolet's biggest sale of the year, and it's hotter than July. Save up to $14,000 on new Silverados. The 2025 Trax is in stock and starting at $19,997. Used vehicles from just $69.95 or $255 a month. No payments till November and 0% interest available. Plus free burgers and hot dogs all weekend long. Visit us in Jacksonville or at GwatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios, where it's much like any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations, minus the always fresh, delicious food options like the family pack catfish dinners. Be a part of the game plan. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Welcome back. Drive Time Sports, you're on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaefer. I'm Randy Rainwater. Getting closer, one day closer to the big night at the Riverfront Steakhouse, Wyndham Hotel in North Little Rock. And Double F has done it again. Yes, he has done it again. He's got the 8-ounce option. The 8-ounce option play. Either take your choice between the 8-ounce filet of salmon, the famous fried rice with garlic butter, the world famous hot rolls, and the world renowned salad bar, all for $29.50. Or the 8-ounce filet with the humongous, giant, canoe size, according to DB, baked potato, the delicious hot rolls with plenty of butter. You get plenty of butter with the 8-ounce filet of salmon. You get plenty of butter either way. And the world famous 28-item salad bar, $39.50. $10 different. Do you prefer fish, salmon, or do you prefer filet? Take your pick. $29.50 or $39.50. And you guarantee not only the best steaks, the best salmon in town, but you also guaranteed the best service in town. And it starts with Uncle Shapur, who's going to greet you and treat you like the king or queen that you are. Uncle William would do the same thing. Cousin William, I should say. Cousin William. 371-9000. 501-371-9000. That's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. That's when the options begin tomorrow night. Make a reservation now. 501-371-9000. Ask for the uncle or ask for the cousin. Either way, they'll get your reservation. You'll be ready to roll at the Riverfront Steakhouse, Wyndham Motel in North Little Rock.
It's time for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reed, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village, staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care. Now, here's Bart.
Here's Bart. What's up, buddy?
Gentlemen, how we doing?
Are you, pardon me, are you in that kind of dead window right now where things are kind of quiet? Yeah,
Wow,
dead
what a
window.
horrible place to be.
Yeah, well, sometimes the windowsill can be, it can be dead.
It's the only time you get to take a breath, gentlemen, really, from when basketball season really gets ramped up from school, October through this window. It's the only time you get to take a breath, really, this little month right here. Just not a lot going on, but tons of stuff happened this past month, certainly even the last 2 months, but even the last 3 live years. It's been an exciting summer.
So, Bart, does this get your blood boiling like it does mine? I'm reading a story. This is off The Athletic, and it is This is after the Peach Jam. And it says in this story, and The Athletic surveyed hundreds of NCAA coaches, NBA scouts, agents. In fact, they actually surveyed 30 college coaches, and all who were given anonymity because the NCAA rules prevent them from speaking publicly about unsigned players. Nearly all were in agreement. 2026 doesn't hold a candle to the last 2 cycles. As one coach was quoted, a high major, one of the weakest classes in the last decade. Does that get your blood boiling?
It does, because it's not. And I don't know what some of, quote-unquote, experts, what they're looking at, but I can tell you how off they are, guys. If you're looking at J.J. Andrews, which ESPN finally bumped him to 12, he still has a composite score for on 3 with all the other. That's way too high. And I know it's not all about rankings, but you're talking about a Peach Jam MVP, dominant performance. I think he's been dominant also. If they have him underrated, that's not the only person in this class they have over. There's plenty of talent out there. And I don't see it. I see it as one of the strongest classes, and probably not. Last year was super strong, and then 22 was one. But 2026 has a ton of talented players, and Arkansas has their eye on quite a few of them.
All right, let's talk with Jim real quick. He's not holding. Okay, and here's what they did, Bart, to take it one step further. They have what they call best of the best. Tyran Stokes, number 1 in 2026. Now, this is called the best of the best. Number 2, and this young man has a scheduled visit to Arkansas coming up soon. Jordan Smith, number 2 in 2026. Young man by the name of Jason Crow Jr., number 5 in 2026. Next is Arifan Diane. I assume that's how you say his name. Number 15 in 2026. Then a young man by the name of Caleb Gaskins, number 16 in 2026. Next is best of the rest. So guess who is number 1 on best of the rest, JJ? I'm like, what?
What's going on? And, it's amazing because I've watched JJ play, and he's totally unaffected by any of this stuff. But at some point in time, you get a really big chip on your shoulder because when you're looking at the summer that he's had, you throw the PCM out, guys. We're talking about the NBPA, where you've got the top 100 players. JJ was dominant, the talented guy there. The second most talented guy is Tay Kenny, which is a player that Arkansas, I think, is going to land, who's a point guard, overtime elite. He's a Kentucky native. Some people think he's leaning Kentucky, but Tay Kenny's 6'2", physical guard, shoots the ball really well, handles. They're not even talking. That's someone else they're not talking about. And so I don't understand why JJ, because JJ is doing so many things. He plays team basketball. When your team wins back-to-back EYBL championships, that's a big deal. Now, Jordan Smith, Jr., who has a visit, as you mentioned, coming to Arkansas, 6'2", they've got him listed as 200 pounds. I'd say he's every bit of that. He is a physically dominant, really reminds me of almost like a Darius Acuff, except wingspan's longer. And team takeover average 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, just a transcendent type talent. Doesn't shoot the ball as well right now, but can play both spots. Now, unfortunately, my favorite guard in the class is Jason Crow Jr., who's now off the board. He's committed to Mizzou. I don't know how they got him, but he's 6'4", played for the Oakland Soldiers. And, I'd mentioned before, I thought him and Stokes are buddies, and I felt like that could be a package deal. I hope that's not the case, because I think Stokes is still very high on Arkansas. He's 6'7", physical, most 6'7", 6'8". You mentioned Diane. They're so lean. Stokes is a physical inside out, mainly plays on the perimeter, but he's physically ready, like a Carter Knox type of player. So in that mix you're mentioning, Arkansas, I think, got a lead on several of those names.
Yeah, I was reading about Jordan Smith, and the one thing that kind of jumped out me about him was defensively, is what they said. He is awesome on and off the ball. That's
great point.
He understands positioning, uses the proper hand on closeouts and strips. And then they also said up there, he doesn't care about statistics. That's rare in itself. Elite defender, elite loose ball getter, and can score efficiently without chasing points. I mean, this sounds like your consummate team guy right there.
I'm telling you, and I don't think there's a coincidence that fresh off the Peach Jam, J.J. Andrews and him are quite friendly, that he immediately announces a visit to Arkansas. Because, Randy, you bring up a great point. If I were to mention probably the two best high school on-ball defenders, J.J. Andrews is one of the best on-ball high school defenders I've ever seen, and Jordan Smith Jr. would be right up there. So their defense as well as offense, and we don't talk about defense enough, but, yeah, extremely talented young man in that regard.
Well, it's interesting. One other thing that they had in here, which is amazing, he has a 6'9" wingspan, but he's only 6'2".
Only 6'2". And you can, it pops right away. Because if Coach Cal's been running a lot more ball screen type of situations since coming to Arkansas from Kentucky. One thing that stands out when you watch the film, Jordan Smith is so hard to guard in ball screen situations because of his explosiveness, athleticism, and his handles are so great. But Randy, his wingspan, he separates with step backs and side steps because his arms are so long. He's such a fluid athlete. But listen, he's a one-and-done type of talent. There's no doubt about it.
Well, it seems like that's the only thing that pretty much Coach Cal recruits. It seems like is one and done, which raises the question: are we now starting to talk in those terms about JJ? One and done.
Absolutely. But Randy, don't you think he's probably, if you look at the class, now I think he's a top 3 player in the class, but I think he projects to the next level better than any of the other players. And Jordan Smith is another one that does. But I think JJ is next level, one and done type talent. I don't think he's done growing at all. I think he's still got more room to grow. He's played a guard position, played a small forward, and I think he can guard 4 positions on the court. So I absolutely think he's got his eye on one and done, and rightfully so.
Well, that's where I'm going to test you when we come back about that, because does he not need adequate time, though, to grow into that next phase and not have to do that at the NBA level? 1 year wouldn't hurt him, or 2 years wouldn't hurt him in college. Hang tight.
Joins Morning Mayhem each Monday to mix it up with the guys. Chris Kane on Morning Mayhem is presented by Trader Bill's. Trader Bill's, your one-stop shop for all things lake.
It's Shark Month at Guatney Buick GMC, and they're ready to take a bite out of your current payment throughout the month of July. You're going to need a bigger truck. Right now, got a brand new 2025 GMC Sierra Crew Cab 1500 with Turbo Max engine and save up to $12,000 off MSRP. To make an appointment, call us at 501-945-4444 to chomp a bite out of your current payment. Shark Month also includes Sierra 2500 HD, discounted up to $10,000 off MSRP. It's a feeding frenzy with GMC Terrains at $279 per month. Take the bait on new Buick Encores at just 0.9%. It's Shark Month, taking a bite out of your current payment at 5-star and family-owned Guatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. You can also reach us at GuatneyBuickGMC.com. All offers with approved credit. Some offers require eligible trade and GM loyalty. That's 5-star family-owned Guatney Buick GMC. GMC, we are professional grade.
Howie, it's hot outside still.
And so are the deals at Robert Irwin Jewelers. But you know what will make your summer cooler?
What's that?
A free Yeti Tundra with any purchase of $24.99 or more at Robert Irwin Jewelers. But you gotta hurry up. The sale ends soon. We've got great financing. Take up to 60 months to pay. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices. Robert Irwin Jewelers, the Summer of 1,000 engagement sale ends soon. 5 locations or online at rijewelers.com. See a store for complete details. Free financing.
Welcome to Moe's. Hey guys, this is Brandon with Moe's Southwest Grill. We welcome you in for the freshest Tex-Mex you'll find outside of your own garden. Check us out on Moe Mondays, where we have bowls and burritos starting at $7.99. And remember, your kids always eat free with us on Sundays. Let Moe's cater your next event. Schedule online at Moe's.com. And while you're there, download our app for weekly specials. Stop by anytime, where you'll always get the freshest Tex-Mex, and you'll always hear us say, welcome to Moe's.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter Agent Steven Reiser, Seth Boyd, or Todd Martin in Jacksonville today.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, you feed your crave for sports by listening to Drive Time Sports. Much like you feed your crave at any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations. Often imitated but never duplicated. This is Drive Time Sports with Randy Rainwater on the Buzz Radio Network.
Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaefer. I'm Randy Rainwater.
It's time for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reed, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village, staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care. Now, here's Bart.
All right, I got to tell you this, Bart. This
Yes, sir.
Drew gave it to me the other day, and I hadn't been saving this, but I knew that your mom has been looking at the Palisades. I know you've been looking at the Palisades. Well, the Santa Fe's, they've been 0% for 60 months. They've added on now the Palisades. 0% for 60 months. And you combine that with some huge discounts, such as take $5,000 off. It's that simple that, folks, if you're looking for that dream vehicle and you're talking about price right, that's the Palisades. Now combine that with 0% interest for 60 months on both the Santa Fe and the Palisades, and no payments for 90 days. Folks, that's becoming, that's a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer. And all these, such as the Tucson, Santa Fe, Palisades, they all come with 5-star safety ratings and among the best front seat and passengers front seats, because Bart turned it into a sleeping bed. They've got interest. They've got the interest rates where it's hard to say no right now. And the new Elantras are just $24,399. And every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and you'll get the Crane commitment, which includes a low price guarantee and a love it or leave it exchange policy. 2, count them 2, Central Arkansas locations, I-430 and Colonel Glenn Road in Little Rock and Warden Road in North Little Rock. Check them out. Go online, craneteams.com. You can find all the great deals there. Better yet, go test drive one of those babies, and you will leave home a very happy camper. craneteam.com. All right, Bart, I've got someone waiting to ask you a question, and I'm going to get back to JJ after Caleb. Caleb, good afternoon. You got a question or comment for Bart?
Hey, yeah, actually, it's about JJ, so good timing.
Hey, Caleb.
So the last 2 big players from Arkansas I can think of out of high school were Malik Monk and Nick Smith Jr. How does JJ relate or rate compared to those 2?
Oh, great question. So I think different type player, but if you're looking at Malik, Malik had one super athletic. He had one downside. I think his handles were hit and miss, and he was a little bit inconsistent with his shot. A great player. Nick was great talent-wise, was injury-prone at times, and has extended that to his professional career. JJ has proven himself very durable. That's number one. He's got a much bigger frame than those 2. So I heard the Peach Jam announcers, Randy, Caleb, saying he was 6'4". We were doing the Crane Team triple-double. I'm 6'4", 6'5". He's 2 inches taller than I am. So he's 6'7", wide shoulders. I don't think he's done growing. He takes contact better than Malik and Nick Smith. Of course, he's bigger. But certainly I think he projects where ultimately he's a 6'7", 225 type player, almost like a Joe Johnson, could even probably be bigger than that. So probably Joe would be more of a comparison for JJ than Nick or Malik. But as great as those players are, I think the upside for JJ is just better.
And Bart,
if he works on his mid-range game, he can really, really be unstoppable on the offensive end.
And Bart, one comparison, and I think you can make this with, again, Joe Johnson compared to Malik or compared to Nick. But this young man, JJ, Caleb, probably is one of the better high school downhill players that I've seen, because he's either going to take it all the way to the rim, or if he doesn't get to the rim, he's probably going to get fouled. Because if you look back at the Peach Jam, where he finished up this past season, but he was like 6 of 6, I think it is, from the free throw line, because he was driving the ball to the basket. And I'm not sure, Bart, I've seen many high schoolers in particular at his size that's better downhill going to the basket than what JJ is.
I agree. And it's really amazing because we say this, Caleb, the scouting report was, if you let him get left at all, because he gets downhill so well, as Randy's saying, he's going to either finish through contact or you have to foul him to basically put him on the line. But he's worked so much at his shot, and he's gotten so much better at his shot He's knocking down free throws at a high clip. He's going to continue to work on his catch and shoot. But he's a multi-talented inside and out type of player versus Nick or Malik.
Do you think that translates pretty well to the SEC?
I think it's perfect for the SEC. If you really want to look at the SEC, where the edge has been is guards and forwards that 6'2" to 6'7", 6'8" range, where the SEC has just had physically dominant athletes, if not skilled. And so JJ combines what I would say a skill package, but also an SEC-type body that is just perfect to guard four positions and power through contact, finish through contact, and take smaller mismatches in the post and then take bigger players out on the perimeter.
All right, well, you got me excited.
Thank you, Caleb.
Great question.
Thank you, Caleb.
Great question.
All right, what I was saying right before the break, Bart, is, and really the key phrase was, he's not through growing, talking about JJ.
Yeah.
Would it not be better for him to stay, we're talking about one and done, maybe an extra year?
There we go. Let's get him already. Recruit him. Keep
Simply.
him.
No, he's already committed to Arkansas.
I know. Keep him.
But but let him grow into that body, and then that way he can work on his craft and be, I think, unless he's a top 3 pick coming up in the 2027 draft or whatever that's going to be.
Yep.
I think it'd be better to stay a year, but that's just my opinion.
Well, it's a good point because, Caleb, let me say this, and because, Randy, you were right there when I asked him what size shoe he wears. This is why I think he can get taller. He's in a 17 shoe, so he's 6'7". So 17 inches. So I think he's going to get at least another inch taller. So, Randy, the point is valid. Now that college players, especially at a program like Arkansas, are making league minimum type money, and listen, JJ is going to command that type of money, especially if he produces and then tries to come back. They certainly would pay him, but I think you could make the case he could stay. The big factor that still comes into play is injury. Randy, this is the first time, Rick, that I actually saw high school players sit out the AAU season to stay healthy for college because now they're getting paid. Before that was just a no-no. So as long as they're making money, I don't see a problem JJ staying. I do think, however, if he puts on 10 to 15 pounds, which, Randy, his frame could easily hold that, he could get in a point where he could be a top 3, 4 pick, and then you got to really take your window.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah, if he's that high, sure.
Yeah.
No, I that's what
Good try, Randy.
That's how I kind of threw in that. If he is a top 3 pick, you got to go. You got to go.
Right.
You got to go. So I'm not arguing that aspect there, but it is. You want to dream.
Efficient.
You want to dream. And
I don't think I've seen a guy that efficient, Randy. You were talking about downhill. Those players in the Peach Jam are really good. Did he not just go through them like they're almost?
Yeah,
not
no, that's what I
there?
mean. I was watching some of the highlights, and I mean, he may put his head down a little bit, but when he started towards that basket, there wasn't many that either was able to stop him, especially without fouling. It almost seemed impossible. All right, Bart, we will
Thanks,
talk with
guys.
you. That's my man, Bart Reed. No, he's not. He is Martin Orthopedics.
If you need a new garage door, this could be your lucky day. Entries are open now for the $5,000 sweepstakes with Overhead Door Company of Little Rock. A winner will be chosen at random to receive $5,000 towards new garage doors and openers of their choice. Deadline to enter is the end of the month to win the $5,000 sweepstakes with Overhead Door Company of Little Rock. Enter now at overheaddooroflittlerock.com. You can't win if you don't enter. Overheaddooroflittlerock.com.
Roseanne Cash and Tricia Yearwood, accompanied by John Leventhal, will perform at the 3rd Annual Sunken Land Songwriting Circle, Friday, September 12th at 7 p.m. in Riceland Hall of Fowler Center. Tickets online at Ticketmaster.com or the A-State box office. Call 870-972-2781. Platinum entry includes reception, concert, after party, and more, plus gold and silver admission with proceeds to benefit ongoing preservation and operation of the Johnny Cash Boyhood Home.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
A lot of talk.
Why do you have to talk like that?
And a lot more attitude.
You have a problem? Turn off your station.
103.7 The Buzz. KABZ, Little Rock.
The suspect in a shooting in Nevada County is under arrest following a chase and shootout with police. According to state police, sheriff's deputies were called to a home on Arkansas Highway 200 for a shooting yesterday. A 47-year-old man was airlifted to a hospital in Louisiana with life-threatening injuries. Police identified 35-year-old Daniel Wallace as the gunman and started a search for his car. Troopers going to the scene spotted his car at a convenience store in Waldo, and that's when they say he took off. According to ASP, Wallace shot at troopers during that chase. Troopers shot back, hitting him, causing his car to go off the road and hit a tree. Police say he was arrested following a standoff and was taken to UAMS in Little Rock for treatment. We're told no troopers were hurt during this incident and that this investigation is ongoing. Parents in North Little Rock can plan ahead for some back-to-school events soon. The North Little Rock Library hosting 2 back-to-school brunches next month. The first one is focused on younger kids and will be August 5th at 10 a.m. at the Argenta Library. I'm Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
River City Flooring presents Pat Bradley in the Zone with Justin and DJ each week. River City Flooring. Find them online at rivercityflooringinc.com. That's rivercityflooringinc.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Juliana Cullen.
Sunny, hot, and humid weather continues this afternoon as temperatures warm up the upper 90s. Some of us will hit 100 degrees before we factor in the heat index. Heat index values will make it feel close to 105 to 110 later on this afternoon. We'll have clear skies overnight tonight with more heat and humidity on the way for your Thursday and into the weekend. This is meteorologist Juliana Cullen with the Arkansas Storm Team for the Buzz Radio Network.
Benihana Happy Hour Specials, $3, $6, $9. Sushi, food, and cocktails. Available 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at Benihana Bar.
Listen to Out of Bounds every day to hear about what's trending on social media and whether listeners agree or disagree. Engaging conversations about engaging topics. Sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansans with great tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA. That's 833-886-5282. Call today.
Hi, folks. It's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Sherwood. I've got some good news and I've got some great news. The good news is Employee Pricing Plus continues through July. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay and you get all the rebates. The great news is the biggest discounts of the year on every new vehicle in stock. Buy today and make no payments for up to 90 days and take advantage of our available sales tax paid. Up to $14,000 off all new Ram Laramie half-tons. Up to $7,000 off the all-new Jeep Wrangler. And up to $8,000 off the all-new Jeep Gladiator. And you can get the new Jeep Compass for only $399 a month with no payments for 90 days. Also, don't worry about your credit. If you've had credit problems in the past, go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-qualified in minutes. Then come in, pick out your new car. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge in Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Bills got you crying? Hire the Bankruptcy Lions. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of bankruptcy beasts. When in war, you need the roar. For exceptional communication and exceptional results in all bankruptcy-related legal matters. Hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
DQ presents How to Make Your Summer Take Flight. Just head into DQ for our new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat. Treat your inner hero to an epic mix of sugar cookie dough, sprinkles, and cake batter flavor. Blend it all with legendary DQ soft serve, and it's enough to tempt Superman himself. Fly into DQ for our new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat before it's gone. And don't miss Superman, only in theaters July 11th. DQ, happy tastes good. Only at participating locations.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New Squid on the Block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville, designing in-ground custom pools since 1976. Your reliable source for a new in-ground custom pool. Luxury Pool and Spa is your pool and spa chemical super headquarters. Bringing a water sample and their trained professionals will ensure your levels are correct and safe. They carry Pentair pool equipment, and they are now an authorized Polywood dealer. Plenty of spas on the showroom floor by Hot Spring, Caldera, and Fantasy. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. That's LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
If you have a passion for adventure and unmatched quality, then head to Honda of North Little Rock for the best lineup of quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. They have Honda's best models and will find the perfect ride just for you. That's Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Live from the Eat My Catfish studios, it's time for Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. It's Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network with your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaefer. Lock it in and get ready to dial us up. Drive Time Sports is on the air.
Hour number 3 of Drive Time Sports here on the Buzz Radio Network. Rick Schaefer, standing by Northwest Arkansas. I'm Randy Rainwater from the capital city. As Arkansas's community bank, First Security helps people make life better for themselves and for other Arkansans. They focus on helping make our communities stronger. Every dollar that stays in the community helps the community through things like new homes and businesses, so other people can have better lives. If you want your banking dollars to do more good, check out First Security at fsbank.com today. That's First Security Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, only in Arkansas. That's First Security Bank. And I do want to mention that Honda of Russellville is Arkansas's #1 dealer. They will not be undersold. Plus, they have the largest new Honda inventory in the state. That's right, in the state. For motorcycles, scooters, ATVs, side-by-sides, and available now exclusively at Honda of Russellville is the 50th, that's amazing, 50th anniversary Gold Wing trikes. And just got a huge shipment of Gold Wing bikes. And check out the Honda of Russellville Mud Pro Series. ATVs and Mud Slayer editions, Honda Pioneers and Talons for the mild to the wild. At Honda of Russellville, they have exactly what you're looking for in stock now and priced to sell. That's Honda of Russellville, where the Whataburger exit 81 off of I-40, or check out the inventory at hondaofrussellville.com or on Facebook. And I look at those trikes all the time. I'm thinking, how cool. How cool. I could have seen DB and I motoring down the highway to Atlanta and back. It wouldn't work. Wouldn't have enough room for the luggage. Anyway, it's a good idea for what it's worth.
Okay, you want to know who? You want to know Baseball America's pick for the top 25 already? Too early, which you get that. You love to do that in football. And basketball.
Absolutely. It's
Baseball
not too
America
early.
Has done
It's
it
perfect.
In baseball. Okay, Arkansas, they've got number 11, which is
wow.
Be nice if they were rated harder. Says the draft hit hard. They named all these guys that are gone. The group includes the entire weekend rotation, most of the bullpen, key bats, and the Golden Spikes award-winning shortstop. To their credit, the Razorbacks reloaded quickly, an impressive transfer class, and they named several players. On the mound, all eyes will be on Gabe Gackle as he enters his draft year. It's ill-advised to bet against Coach Dave Van Horn and his staff. Arkansas will have to relearn how to win the way it did in 2025, but the blueprint remains, and so does the hunger to chase that first elusive national title. So listen, so Arkansas is number 11. Okay, here we go. UCLA is number 1. So I guess they got a lot of players back. LSU is number 2. Texas is number 3. Mississippi State is number 4. Auburn is number 5. Georgia is number 6. Tennessee is number 7. Then you got Georgia Tech in there at 8, Virginia at 9, TCU at 10, Arkansas 11. 7 of the top 11. And actually, 6 of the top 7. 6 of the top 7 SEC. Isn't that amazing? I mean, this league is just, it's brutal.
Unforgiving. Tell me a league. Tell me which sport that the league is not.
Yeah, that's right.
Unforgiving.
That's right. They also have Vanderbilt and Alabama in the top 20, so that would be 7 of the top 20 teams coming from the SEC.
And LSU is picked, what? Second.
Yeah, well, they won last year, but they're still number 2.
Yeah.
How about, Texas was 18th at the end of last year. They have them number 3. Mississippi State wasn't ranked, and yet they have them number 4.
So...
Because they hired, I tell you why, because they hired the coach who was at Virginia.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
Okay, yeah, that's why.
Good coach.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been hitting the portal hard. That's what I've been reading. So that really doesn't surprise me. Did any of the, what was it, Grego, was he mentioned? Because it was
Grego.
Kevin that was saying probably he's the shortstop, the transfer.
Oh. No, I think they must figure he's going to sign because when they talked about the transfer portals, Ethan McElvain, Makai Niu, Zach Stewart, Jackson Kersher. Those are the guys that they mentioned in the transfer portal, so they did not. I guess they also figured that Arkansas would lose him.
Yeah, that's why I think they were 11, because I think if those had stuck, then I think Arkansas might have been higher. Who knows? That's way too early.
But anyway, I just got that, and I don't know what subjects you want to cover at this point, but I thought I should at least throw that out there.
Well, no, I you know me, I always love those way too early. Way too early. In fact, right. I'm surprised they waited this long. Well, no, you had to wait for the draft.
Yeah.
Because the draft really can obviously change things dramatically.
That's
right. Iredale. What would happen if Iredale decides he wants to come back now?
Yeah, so he hadn't signed yet?
He hadn't signed yet.
Okay. The two guys drafted by the Dodgers, remember when Kevin was on with us? He said they hadn't signed yet. They have now signed.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
that was Root and Davalon.
Yeah, that's right. And I saw where Dylan Carter signed with the Giants.
Yes, that is correct.
So,
Ben Bobby signed.
Yeah, Bobby signed as well.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, let's see. I haven't seen where Justin Thomas signed. Have you seen that?
No, not yet.
You'd sure take him back if you could.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
give you your
say
center fielder.
And you say you don't think Iredale has signed yet.
No, he has not signed yet. At least not what I've read or seen. And I've been trying to keep up with it, relatively speaking, but a lot of times, unless they're doing a Gage Wood type of deal, sometimes, because now you're saying Root and Davalon, did they sign like today? Because I haven't read that.
Yeah, it must have been today, but they have signed. And Root got $2.2 million. Davalon got $2 million.
Okay, no surprise there.
Yep.
Root came before Davalon in the draft. That actually was surprising because, gosh, you had to wait until, what, 26 before Gage Wood was drafted. Then shortly thereafter, like 31, 32, something like that, was Vahiva Loy. And then bang, bang, you got Root and Davalon then went back-to-back. So the 4 players, which I know you can stretch it by calling it the first round because you have all those sandwich and compensatory picks that are mixed in there that runs it up to about 43 or 44, which is technically not the first round, but it is called the first round because they call it the sandwich round of the first round. So then you go to the second round. All right, interesting enough, I wanted to kind of catch up because, boy, it came pouring in, the feedback when we were talking about War Memorial Stadium.
Oh, yeah?
Let me read this one first, though. This one came from the 870. I thought that was the music that was playing there for a moment.
No, it's my wife's phone.
Okay. Adelaide, pick it up. Happy birthday to Danny West. This on our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Trey, a behind-the-scenes question. I'll try to ask this to him tomorrow. But anyway. Happy birthday, Danny.
Okay, so Baseball America also rates the top 75 players in the transfer portal, and Arkansas's best is number 26, T.J. Pompey, shortstop, going from Texas Tech to Arkansas. So I'm scrolling through this.
He's a 6'4" shortstop that's kind of dealt with injuries.
They rate him as 26, and I'm scrolling. They said they're going to rate, number 38 is Ethan McIlvain, left-handed pitcher coming from Vanderbilt to Arkansas. So, in other words, they don't think that highly of Arkansas's transfer portal path. Mississippi State's got a bunch of them. Jackson Kersher from Oklahoma to Arkansas, right-handed pitcher, number 48. So that's 3 players in the top 75. Number 55, Micah Niu from Marshall to Arkansas, outfielder. So there's 4 of the top 75. And I'm scrolling quickly.
Well, actually, when you think about it, though, when you're talking thousands of players, that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, here's number 72, Zach Stewart from Missouri State to Arkansas, outfielder. So Arkansas has, they say, 5 of the top 75 players who were in the transfer portal. So there you go with your updates for baseball for next year.
Well, I doubt it'll be the last update we have, but
I doubt it too. Baseball America, for a publication that covers minor league baseball, major league baseball, they devote a lot of copy to college baseball. So that's why I like it, and that's why I've subscribed to it.
I'm looking for this particular article, and I can't find it. I hate this I hate it because I meant to print it and forgot about it. And
well, you were talking about War Memorial Stadium, and then you just kind of, I guess we deserted that because I jumped in with.
Yeah, you did. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And look, we're not trying to disparage War Memorial Stadium in any way. Here's the way. Great memories from War Memorial Stadium. Great memories. Classic games. Big games. I think the first one I think of early in my career at Arkansas was that 79 victory over Texas. The year before I came to Arkansas beat Texas A&M when they were number 2 in the country. That got them to the Cotton Bowl. There have been you could just list them. There's so many great victories in War Memorial. And even go to 1991 when Arkansas wasn't that good, but they beat Texas in their last Southwest Conference game against Texas. Fans stayed for almost an hour. and the team had to, again, this was a team that they were okay at that point, but they weren't a great team. They won 6 games, I think, and the team had to come back out because the fans wouldn't leave, because that was it for playing Texas, they thought. Obviously that's changed now, but anyway, it was really cool. So there have been some great moments at War Memorial Stadium. Unfortunately, Arkansas can no longer play in 2 stadiums. They just can't do it. We talked earlier in the week about Coach Broyles' philosophy of this state couldn't support 2 programs. That's why he never wanted to play any of the other programs, Arkansas State or anybody else, because he felt like the state couldn't support 2 programs or more than 1. And so now you think about playing in 2 stadiums. Now that getting to Fayetteville is not as hard. Now, admittedly, if you're coming from El Dorado or West Memphis, yeah, even with good roads, it's still a long drive. I get that, but nonetheless, you're talking about a 75,000, 74,000 seat stadium or whatever they call it now, and 54,000 seats. So they can't do it anymore.
All right, this is not stadium related, but this is another one of those rhetorical questions.
A rhetorical question.
Yes, it can be debated.
Okay.
This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Why can't Arkansas Sam Pittman sign Arkansas talent? Kane Archer is one of the best quarterbacks to come out of the state since Ryan Mallett. And that makes Arkansas no better than a 2.5 to 3-star program. Hogs again will have to pray to get bowl eligible.
Well,
4-8 most likely.
And if that happens, then somebody else will be trying to get Arkansas talent. I do know this. I was at a lunch today in Rogers, sitting across from a guy whose son plays at Bentonville High School, talking about the 2 wide receivers at Bentonville that are coming to Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, okay, they didn't get 1, but there's 2 that they did get.
Let's see this one. Oh, here's the reason why Arkansas gets all of these difficult SEC schedules, particularly when you're talking about starting on the road not once but twice to begin conference play. Ole Miss, Tennessee is the example you can use for this upcoming schedule. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line from Kentucky. It says, it's on Bass. This is the first time that Sankey beat the Bass. Look for favorable schedules moving forward.
Really? Because what? Because Sankey beat the Bass.
Yeah.
What?
When David has this happened Thursday morning.
Okay.
And Commissioner Sankey goes to all the different radio and you name it.
Yeah.
And it just so happened it was Thursday morning. And part of apparently a tradition that David has established with Greg Sankey is he'll pull up 70s and 80s music.
Ah.
And it's Beat the Bass.
Okay.
And one song apparently stumped Commissioner Sankey this year.
Oh, really? Wow.
But he beat the Bass.
Did it stump David too?
Well, no, David had the answers.
Well, how did he beat the Bass?
I
if
guess
he
because
missed one?
he got like 4 out of 5. So that meant he beat the Bass. I don't know what the I don't know what the rules are.
Wins?
I don't know. I don't know what the rules are.
4 out of 5 wins, 80%.
I don't know what the rules are.
It's a B minus.
That's what I'm reading you from this post.
That's not as hard as one might think.
It's the first time that Sankey beat the Bass.
Also, in previous years, he didn't get 4 right then.
Apparently not.
Okay.
So there's your answer.
Well, wait a minute. Well, so what does that have to do with Arkansas' schedule?
Because now, remember what Trey was saying earlier? that he wants to get behind the scenes with Greg Sankey, and he'll figure out why Arkansas keeps getting these difficult schedules.
Yeah.
But
And
now
what
we
does
have
that
the
have to
answer
do-
because Baz
kept beating him.
Baz kept beating him, but now
And
since
so he was mad. He was upset that Baz beat him. So therefore, he gave Arkansas difficult schedules. And now that he's beat the Baz, Arkansas is going to get a lighter schedule.
Yeah.
And anybody that believes that can stand on their head for the next 6 hours? I mean, are you kidding?
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, you are kidding. So that's a really nice story, and somebody sent that in.
Just telling you.
I would think that, I don't know what I think on
that. Okay. Cabo just sent this to me. Wow, this is big news. Rivercrest has a new football coach. Coach Brett Harden has been named interim head football coach and athletic director for the Rivercrest Colts for the 2025-26 school year. And Johnny Fleming, who has been their coach forever, it seems like, is stepping down. So, Johnny, we wish you the
today?
very best. Apparently this happened today.
Wow, that's odd timing, isn't it?
So,
right before the season starts.
Yep, right before the season starts. So,
Huh.
we hope that. Wishing Johnny the best. All right, let's get back to, let's see. Oh. Rick, this from the 903,
Yeah,
which is
okay.
Memphis.
Okay.
Says, Rick, stop
Yeah.
being so cranky.
Cranky? What cranky?
Cranky. Let's see. This from the 501 from the D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. It doesn't matter what War Memorial does. They're moving all games to Fayetteville for the money.
Yeah, well, of course.
I had to ask Trey, what could they do? I think that's in response to that. Because I asked him, what can they do? What can they do?
Well, this would still hold true, and this was true 25 years ago, and it would still be true today, that if Arkansas in a Fayetteville game sold out all its luxury seating, I mean, every skybox, all this luxury seating, and didn't sell one seat in the stands, the revenue would be higher than a sellout at War Memorial. That's why in these days of you're laying people off because you're running out of money, you can't do this anymore.
Gets tough.
Yeah, I mean playing Little Rock.
Gets tough. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. Is Missouri either in the middle of or just recently done with a $250 million addition?
They were working on it when Arkansas played there last year. I don't know if it's done or not.
Don't know if it's completed or not. All right, Drive Time Sports will continue in just a moment.
Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJs spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com. Tickets are on sale now for Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, July 24th at the Hall, featuring Bobby Petrino and Taylon Green, plus former Hogs Casey Dick and Chris Gregg. Get your tickets at LittleRockHall.com. Brought to you in part by Oakland Sports, the Gangster Museum and the Hattery of Hot Springs, First Trust Home Loans, AY Magazine, Arkansas Money and Politics, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Ortho Arkansas, Southern Bank, and Connect Service Solutions. Special thanks to Corky's Ribs and Barbecue and Party Time Rental and Events.
We got the big deals at the Big Rock. Got the big deals at the Big Rock.
Hey Arkansas, it's Terry Harrison at the Big Lot, where you'll find the biggest selection, the biggest savings, and now you'll find Big Steve Landers.
That's right, Arkansas. I'm back in the car business at the Big Lot. Don't be confused. The real Steve Landers deals
or at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram.
Come see me and Big Steve at the Big Lot. Chris Crane, Dodge Jeep Ram, Alco Road in Benton.
The Big Lot Benton.
Fried green tomato salad is back and better than ever at Eat My Catfish. It'll only be here for a limited time, so stop by or order online from any of our 7 Eat My Catfish locations to try this delicious fan favorite today. Eat fresh, eat local, eat my catfish.
Folks, a lot of us are familiar with consistent pain. I've got it middle of my back, right side. It bothers me always about 2 miles into any walk or run. And if you're like me and you've got that consistent pain in your joints and your muscles, it's time to do something about it. Hey everybody, Josh Neighbors here for QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. They've got cellular level treatments that help your body heal itself. And you don't have to add extra meds to the pill box. You don't have to go under the knife for surgery and worry about that either. These are treatments that are helping people just like you get rid of pain just like yours. Real results that let you move easier and live better. And it costs nothing for a second opinion. You get the luxury of having a licensed medical provider go over your x-ray or MRI results and see if you're a good fit for these groundbreaking treatments. Call QC Kinetics today at 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter Agent Christy Pettit in Maumelle, Chad Kesterson in Arkadelphia, or Bo Beavis in Cabot today.
Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville, designing in-ground custom pools since 1976. Your reliable source for a new in-ground custom pool. Luxury Pool and Spa is your pool and spa chemical super headquarters. Bringing a water sample and their trained professionals will ensure your levels are correct and safe. They carry Pentair pool equipment, and they are now an authorized Polywood dealer. Plenty of spas on the showroom floor by Hot Spring, Caldera, and Fantasy. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. That's LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Car wreck? Call Rainwater Holt in Sexton. 888-8888. 8 for a fast response. 8 for results. 8 for Arkansas.
Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Now, back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios. Eat fresh, eat local, eat my catfish. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas. Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
How about them 4 tops? Anyway. Oh, by the way, you know, it's gotten hot. I mean, really hot outside. Even early in the mornings, it gets, maybe it's the humidity that makes it so hot. I'm not sure. But if you see this elderly gentleman who has a umbrella and he's walking the Double B's, I'm not saying it's me, but it may be me. But I'm trying to protect myself against this blazing. Oh, I gave it away. That person may be trying to protect itself from the blazing heat while under the umbrella to go get that person's Renoco coffee from Double B's to start their day. Now, I talked about this back when it was cold. Man, that was good. Didn't need an umbrella back then. But it kind of warmed you up, warmed that person up as they were going back to their home base. And now I need that just to protect that person needs that from protect them from the heat. And the negative about that is I've got the umbrella, that person has the umbrella in one hand, and he's trying to eat either his Doritos, which you got 2 of those for $4.50, or maybe he got some of the Lay's potato chips for just $3.99, or maybe he's trying to bring back a 12-pack of the Coke products, 2 for $12. that's kind of difficult when you're holding coffee in one hand, that Renoco coffee in one hand, made from that favorite blend, and then trying to carry 2 12-packs of Cokes back to the house. So maybe you want to drive there. That way you can gas it and then go grab it and then drive back to your respective home. That's the beautiful thing. And don't forget that core hydration water. Say it again, which it was the official water, I think, of the SEC, because I drank a bunch of it down in Atlanta. 2 for $5. The 30 ounces, 2 for $5. So all this good stuff you can find where? At Double B's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. And that doesn't include the great Blue Bunny ice cream. At Double B's. Gas it, grab it, and go. Make it Double B's. So, now, Rick, here's the headline. And when I read the story, I didn't really quite understand what this executive order was to mean. It says, here is basically the headline. President Donald Trump to sign executive order establishing national NIL standards amid evolving legislation.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. And I don't.
Did you see that story? This was according to CBS News.
Yeah, I've seen that. I don't know what it means. I don't know if there's going to be a committee put together. I don't know what any of that means.
In fact, when Greg Sankey, the commissioner of the SEC, appeared on SEC this morning, he had no knowledge of a pending executive order.
Yeah, I don't know if it's pending. I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
No.
Because what they're wanting, Congress, is to establish something that encompasses all 50 states. And it would supersede whatever differences there would be between state to state. And I don't know if that's what this is about. Anyway, I just saw that headline. I thought maybe you might have some additional information that could add to that particular story. All right, this is from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. And this is from the 479. Trey is right about playing more than one game at War Memorial. The first game in Fayetteville each year is usually a major challenge as well. I don't think this year is going to be a major challenge, but that's neither here nor there. Alabama A&M is who Arkansas opens up with this year. This from the 479. Wanting to know, where would you rank Austin Darrell K. Royal Stadium? I haven't been since they renovated it.
I haven't either since they've renovated it, but what are we ranking them in comparison to what?
I guess the other members of the SEC, because that's basically what Trey was doing.
Yeah. Well, the last time we were there, I mean, it's a good stadium.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. It's a very good stadium, and now that we have not been there, you're right, since there's 100,000 seats, we haven't been there. So it's been a while since we've seen the stadium in Austin, but it's a very nice stadium. It's big. That's for sure.
Let's talk with Tom. Tom, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive Time Sports.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I just wanted to chime in on one of the live fan feedback you read a while ago, where the text line, it said that he didn't know why we couldn't recruit in-state players, and how good Kane Archer was. And I've not got to watch that young man play, but if this was back 20 years ago when we had scholarships and $100 handshakes, I could understand that we might have a better chance of recruiting back then. But now, especially if the young man signed before the July 1st, he may have been offered way more than we could have paid him. With Sam already saying that Taylor Green's the quarterback today, and he thinks he has the quarterback of the future there in KJ Jackson. It may not have been a priority to put that out there. He may have needed to put that money towards some more pressing needs. If it was, I just think if we were back in the days of straight scholarships, that'd be one thing. But now recruiting's a whole different ball game as to what it was.
It's a valid point. I know that there were several in this upcoming 2026 class that Arkansas lost out on simply because of money. And you're right, it was all before July 1st. And Arkansas may have been, thank you, Tom. Arkansas may have been offering X amount, and XYZ school may have been offering XX amount of money. Some cases, the money that was being asked for was as much, in some cases, also as what some established players currently on the roster are set to receive at the University of Arkansas. And this would be an incoming freshman in the class of 2026. So, got to make some tough decisions. Here's the thing, and I don't think even if the NIL program at Arkansas had been at a higher level than it was this past season, it has been reported that the University of Texas dished out $35 to $40 million for this upcoming season's roster. 35 to 40 million. Now that pales, actually a year ago it paled in what we thought was outrageous when Ohio State had spent $20 million on last season's roster, and it did translate into a national championship.
Sure did, yeah.
And then to take it again, then this basically has been pretty much across the board. And I'm talking at Texas Tech. Texas Tech is reportedly paying $28 million for its roster. $28 million for its roster. So you may see a little bit after this season, but Rick, the more I think about it, I don't understand how they're going to keep their finger, that is this commission, on these NIL deals that's going to be in addition to whatever money they receive from the revenue sharing. I don't see how they can keep their thumb on that and make it truly enforceable simply because the fact that I'm not sure how much honesty you're going to have across the board in people submitting these $600 deals or over $600 deals.
And what will be allowed for over $600? We don't know. I think.
And that's the other part. What if they bless $1 million to a given kid, or $2 million, or $3 million?
Yeah, and again, for Arkansas basketball this year, for instance, we're going to assume that there were some deals in place and there's some high-paid basketball players. We don't know that, but let's say there are.
I think it's a fair assumption.
Yeah, let's say there are. Those are from previous deals. Now, if John Tyson, obviously he's one of the people involved, and maybe there's some others. If next year's class, let's say for Andrews, J.J. Andrews, they say, we want you to promote Razor Nuggets. who's to determine what that's worth? If it's on social media, you have to say, okay, how many followers are on Tyson's social media? I'm going to say it's enormous. It's in the millions. What if he does radio spots on the broadcast? What's that worth? Well, you could start adding all that up, and if Tyson wanted to say it's worth $1 million, who's going to dispute that?
Or more.
Yeah, right.
That's the crazy thing about this. What is going to be, from market to market, what is going to be that actual value from market to market? And maybe in some cases, if you're talking national, it gets even tougher to put a value on it.
Yes.
All right, we will step away one final time. Drive Time Sports will continue.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days on select Hyundai models. Only at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end July 31st. Call 469-405-7740 for details. Hurry in.
Give the gift that keeps on giving. And I don't mean the Jelly of the Month Club. Hey guys, this is Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa, and we're celebrating Christmas in July. 'Tis the season for membership pricing. You can get a $98 massage for $85. Plus, additional stocking stuffers like a VIP roll at Rock and Roll Sushi. Stop by Ava Bella Day Spa at 301 North Shackelford Road, Suite C3. Or avabelladayspa.com. Merry Christmas in July.
Looking to upgrade your home without breaking the bank? Go to The Warehouse, 2011 North 2nd Street in Cabot, Arkansas's trusted source for quality flooring, including SPC vinyl waterproof flooring starting at $139 a square foot, tile starting at 59 cents a square foot, next-gen waterproof hardwood, and many other building materials at unbeatable prices. Contractor, home builder, or DIYer, we've got what you need, in stock and ready to go. Go see the Flooring King, The Warehouse, and Natural State Wholesale, building better naturally.
Roseanne Cash and Trisha Yearwood, accompanied by John Leventhal, will perform at the 3rd Annual Sunken Land Songwriting Circle, Friday, September 12th at 7 p.m. in Riceland Hall of Fowler Center. Tickets online at Ticketmaster.com or the A-State box office. Call 870-972-2781. Platinum entry includes reception, concert, after party, and more, plus gold and silver admission with proceeds to benefit ongoing preservation and operation of the Johnny Cash Boyhood Home.
On Friday, April 11th of this year, I finished my first year driving a GV70 from Genesis of Conway. So, what's the big deal? It's this. It's the Craig O'Neill Anniversary Sale at Genesis of Conway. To celebrate 1 year of driving the 2024 GV70, you're invited to come in and learn how you can get a 2025 for as low as $497 a month. Yes, $497 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
What's going on, everyone? DJ Williams here with the Buzz in the Zone. We're pumped up. Why is that? Countdown to kickoff. Finally the day. Coach Petrino, Taylor Green. You got Casey, Dick, Chris, Greg, all going to be at the hall. It's going to be a fun night. Still got some general admission ready for you. You can tune in and learn more about it. Also, we're going to be joined by Jeff Holmes with the Arena League. Wise Guys got their last game coming up, but still pushing for that playoff spot. We're also going to have that entertainment report sponsored by Bella Sword, a little birthday trivia from Brewskis. Make sure you tune in to the Zone, where sports and entertainment come crashing together.
Welcome back to Drive Time Sports, live from the Eat My Catfish studios, where it's much like any of the 7 Eat My Catfish locations, minus the always fresh, delicious food options like the family pack catfish dinners. The #1 sports radio show in Arkansas. Drive Time Sports on the Buzz Radio Network.
Last chance to save up to 40% off all diamond jewelry and engagement rings. That is the summer of 1,000 engagements ongoing right now at Robert Irwin Jewelers. With any purchase of $9.99 or more, get free diamond stud earrings. With the purchase of $24.99 or more, get a free Yeti Tundra with $24.99 or more. And diamond engagement rings, oval, radiant, marquise shape. Diamonds are hot, and Robert Irwin Jewelers has them all. It's your last chance to save up to 40% off diamond jewelry during the Robert Irwin Jewelers Summer of 1000 engagement sale. Hurry, the sale ends soon. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices, Robert Irwin Jewelers. 2 locations in the area, McKay Mall in North Little Rock, and the newest one on the Pleasant Ridge Town Center between the Fresh Market and Belk off of Cantrell, or online at rijewelers.com. Rick Schaefer, I'm Randy Rainwater. This from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line from Chase from Bowen Law School says it's simply time to let War Memorial go. Its downfall began when the city abandoned the golf course around it. I agree with that. Which shows how little the city cares about the property in the first place. My oldest memory of Arkansas games was tailgating on that golf course, then going inside and watching Darren McFadden and Felix Jones beat up on Chattanooga. Those times are long past,
Wow.
and it's time to move on.
Well, what do they use the golf course for when it's not a game now? Is it just
nothing?
It's just sitting there?
Just sits there. The clubhouse at the top of the hill, so to speak, on the 18th fairway, right behind the 18th green. It just sits there. And maybe they've had a swing set or two or some things like that, but that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. Because the city badly needs, if nothing else, they need the golf course. Because there's so few that really is, quote, open to the public. I know a lot of my friends, they end up.
In Little Rock, really?
Yeah. Got Rebsman. I'm assuming you can go out and have, so to speak, open play at Eagle Hill.
Burns Park, is it still?
Burns Park. I was getting ready to say, a lot of my friends go to Burns Park, play over in North Little Rock. So, yeah, it's just sitting there. So, anyway.
That's sad, isn't it?
Good thoughts, Chase. So right, so correct. I don't know if I agree with this, but from our D3 Auto Sales Bus text line, I think Rick has forgotten about the swamp. Tennessee found out how loud it cranks up in Gainesville.
What did we even say about Gainesville? Or what is that reference to?
I guess that was when I was talking about the schedules, non-conference schedules overall. I'm guessing.
Well, wait a minute. Oh, did you not mention Florida? What
I
did you
did.
say?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
What did we say?
Because I said Florida's non-conference schedule.
Yeah, but what did we say about the swamp, or we forgot about? Did we even comment on how tough any of these stadiums
Maybe it was
are?
because they were playing Long Island in the swamp. I don't know. I don't know.
We forgot how tough it is playing the swamp.
Yeah.
Well, I think they could play Long Island anywhere, and it's going to be tough for Long Island.
Yeah, it's going to be really
Florida.
tough for Long Island.
Okay, yeah.
And then they added on to this, America's new team is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, good
Now,
luck.
why is that? Who's saying that? Is there something
From the
about them?
501.
No, I've seen other people talk about how the Jaguars, how they're getting popular, and I'm thinking, how are they getting popular? They they don't win a lot, and they got this great quarterback from Clemson, but he just hadn't done that much. So, what is making the Jaguars popular?
Trevor Lawrence.
Or are they?
And he stays hurt. Trevor Lawrence stays hurt on top of that.
But so, are they popular? I don't know. But I've seen some stuff about that, about the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, they're not my team, I can tell you that. And they're not going, at least for the time being, they're not going to replace the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
As America's team?
As America's team. I don't think so.
No.
All right, let's see. This is my D3 Auto Sales.
Did I just hear another voice? Said,
I don't know.
I thought I heard
maybe
a voice
there's
say,
ghosts. Maybe that's Damon. Maybe he's groaning rather than saying agreeing with you.
Pick up the phones.
Oh, does that mean
Edward,
somebody's on the phone? There you
Edward,
go. I
good
thought so.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Welcome to Drive Time Sports.
Good afternoon. It's Everett. I used to call, but I just had to chime in about the War Memorial. So Frank Scott the mayor tried to pass a tax to get that turned into an athletic complex with all type of stuff that Little Rock needs and an upgrade to the zoo. But Little Rock residents decided they didn't want to pay that extra penny at whatever it is. So that's why it's sitting there.
Really? Wow. So they did try and turn it into something, but it failed to pass.
Yes, he had a comprehensive upgrade to Little Rock, which included a whole something $1 million upgrade to that, which would have had all kind of athletic facilities, football, soccer, basketball fields, all of that type of stuff, and a $10 million upgrade, a $20 million upgrade to the zoo, and some more stuff, and it didn't go through. They didn't want to spend a little extra money, so we still in the country.
Can we bring back at least the golf course then, Edward?
I guess the golf course is a good use for it if it's gonna not do nothing. I mean, but I wouldn't want to spend a lot of money when the long-term plan is to try to turn it into something like that would hold a lot. Because there's no place for Pee Wee football in Little Rock anymore. No place.
Wow,
they have
really?
to go through the school districts, and the school district's price is astronomical. So there needs to be some additional stuff for 8U up to 12U type sports, and we need it here desperately.
I agree with that. Definitely do.
But
wow.
That's all I have, fellas. I appreciate giving me the
very
time.
good.
Thank you,
All right,
Edward.
great. Thanks.
This is from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line. This is the first time Jerry has drug out a contract negotiation. The deal's already done, but he just wants the media to keep talking Cowboys all summer. I don't know. When I got an unhappy camper like that guy is, Micah Parsons, I think I want to make him happy. This again from our D3 Auto Sales Buzz text line from the 870. Turn War Memorial into a real war memorial, downsized to a great high school showcase. Use the War Memorial tribute with high school game showcase. Pay with a great tribute to vets like Footsie Brett.
Yeah. Yep. Congressional Medal of Honor winner from World War II.
Let's see. I called this from the D3. I called yesterday, talked about how I went to see Valenzuela pitch at the Travelers game, but I didn't invite my dad.
Yeah.
The Travs made available some of their 4 top tables on the Dizzy deck for this weekend. I called my dad and told him I've got 4 tickets this weekend, Travelers versus the Naturals. So I kind of made up for it.
Well, good. That's
Good
great.
deal.
Of course, Valenzuela won't be pitching, but anyway, good for you.
All right, for Rick Schaefer, I'm Randy Rainwater. Buzz Animal Cruelty, spay and neuter your pet. Have a great rest of the night. So long, everybody.
Can't make a team.
Yeah, so what's your point?
Thanks for being part of the Buzz team.